10 seconds left. Oh, dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this AD2L under 3K playoff matchup for Season 18 between New Meta and the Lemon Snow Cones. I am your host for the night, Legion 170, and I am joined by Maniac. Maniac, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. Looking forward to some good Dota tonight.
Yeah, I am as well. We were off last week as it was the American Thanksgiving. And but the week before that, we got to see Lemon Snow Cones advance from the first round of playoff games into the semifinals, which is where we're at today. And New Meta is a team that we have not seen before. At least I have not seen before. I know that Sequoia and myself have been kind of trading on and off this season, but I have not seen these guys play. I don't think you have either, Maniac.
I have not.
So it'll be interesting to see like the approach that they go to as we see the first set of picks coming out here. Axe for LSE, not really a surprise. That's kind of a snapped hero of choice, and Ancient Apparition coming out for New Meta. Interesting that he's a first pick, don't you think?
Kind of. I don't think you usually see him first, but he's a strong hero. He's good at laning, good ult. Especially with the axe going to be standing still around people, it'll be easier to land ults.
Ooh, and the Omni Knight comes out afterwards, so this is some real NA Dota. I wonder if it's going to be the offlane Omni or the support Omni. Either way, I'm a little excited for this game now. Not a hero we see a lot.
It's always fun to see a offlane Omni get a core Omni with lots of farm.
And speaking of no surprise picks, LSE comes out with the Ricky. And if they don't ban it first phase, it's coming out somehow, some way. So Axe Ricky, two picks that LSE like a lot, and I'm sure that New Meta probably know that. So I wonder what the plan is to deal with this. They do have, like you said, they've got the Ice Blast and the Omni Knight to provide some heals, and maybe. Oh, New Meta bans the Slark. We haven't really talked about the bans very much. You do have a respect ban of the Tinker there from New Meta. Anything else stand out to you, Maniac?
Well, kind of surprised the first ban Bloodseeker, but I guess I don't actually know if LSE plays him much.
It is a hero that we have seen them bust out from time to time. It is a snapped hero, but I think the Axe is much more prevalent for LSE, and I don't know. I think it's a decent ban, but it is kind of interesting to see it first instead of like third or something. Okay, no greed coming out for LSE. They don't have Ancient Apparition, so they don't want the Alchemist on the side of New Meta. Ban is going to come out from New Meta. So we've got a snapped hero and a sheepy hero. So we need some kind of carrier mid, probably. Oh, they banned the Invoker. Okay, that's a good ban. Tar does play the Invoker from time to time. I was wondering if maybe they should ban Viper.
Does the Omni Shield block the slow from Viper though? Maybe they're relying on that to save their core from it, and just are more intimidated by the Tar Invoker.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case. I was just thinking that the Viper break would be pretty good against Omni, especially if he's going to be like a roaming support. You know, if he's an offlaner, I don't know, but that degen aura, getting rid of that. I just think Viper's just a stupidly annoying hero to deal with.
I don't think the rework helped to that either.
Yeah. Okay, so Omni is gonna be the offlaner, it appears. Otherwise, or it'll be like probably like a Omni Spirit Breaker combo in the off lane, which leaves Ancient Apparition most likely as a solo support in the safe lane, which is pretty dangerous actually. Ancient Apparition is not a good defensive support. So, I don't know, maybe they'll have offlane Spirit Breaker and then tri-lane the bottom lane. I almost feel that they have to do that if they're going to protect their carry.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
LSC's just going to the breadbasket here. They pick up Lion for Aegis Worn. So I almost kind of wonder a little bit where they're going to go with their other two heroes. Wind Ranger is still available. Tar does like to play that. Void's available for Ziggity. That's probably his signature hero, but it doesn't really mesh super well with the heroes that they have. So maybe something like a Luna.
I think Luna would work pretty good here. Ooh, a Medusa. Maybe bring in Anti-Mage.
Anti-Mage got first banned by LSC.
Oh, did it? Oh, wow.
Phantom Lancer could be pretty good. I don't know if ZD plays Phantom Lancer, but I think you probably want a Diffusal carrier at this point.
Yeah.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 5
Jug,
seconds left.
PL. Honestly, Wind Ranger could could build
5 seconds left now.
a Diffusal as well. So they're going to dip into the old reserve time.
So you think that's a mid or carry Medusa?
Most likely mid. I think that it thrives pretty well. They are actually going to pick the Ziggity Faceless, so a little bit surprising to me there. He is a Diffusal carrier, though, so, I mean, I guess he can jump on to the Medusa, whack her with that Diffusal Blade as many times as possible, and then Axe can jump in after the fact and do some damage there, so they'll have to juggle their skills very, very well. I think last time we watched them play, they had a similar kind of draft where they just worked on splitting up fights into two, which worked really well for them. You know, I guess go with what you're comfortable with the most. Sniper, good ban from new meta. I would expect probably the Windrunner pick from LSC. What does new need? They need probably a safe lane carry, something that can stand on its own.
Probably a range 2 with the Axe.
Yeah, potentially. Honestly, I don't think he's a good hero in general right now, but Timber might be decent for new meta. They don't really have good ways to harass a Timbersaw in this game. They don't have very much burst.
Yeah, I definitely think he could do really well against this lineup.
I know that the removal of Poor Man's Shield has basically destroyed that hero, but I think in this situation he actually might be pretty decent for new meta. Lifestealer, I think, could be a pretty good pick here. He's good against strength heroes. He's good against those tanky heroes where you can open wounds them and eat them. He's got the Spirit Breaker to be a vehicle, get into the back lines and munch down some supports.
And LSC's cores are so far melees, so they won't really be able to kite him well.
They could also do like a core Venge. I mean, that might be pretty decent. You'd have the swap to get out of stuff or help allies. Good early damage, pairs well with Adusa. Depends on what they want to do, if they're going to want to take this late. But the Spirit Breaker and Omni Knight core, you know, if either of those are a core, you're not going to want to take this super late. Like, your late game is Medusa right now.
10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
So LSC banned Spectre in their last ban. It's kind of interesting. I don't think this is a great Spectre game, but it's not terrible. Hey, look at that. So, not really a surprise there. Wind Ranger coming out here. New meta. Either a mid or a carry. I mean, they could go either way, really. I think Medusa is a good matchup for the Wind Ranger. Like, I think that's definitely a lane Medusa should win and probably, to an extent, dominate. It's just, who do you want to go up against Axe?
I think Medusa would be good against Axe too, because that snake, Axe is gonna have to stand in the creeps, and that snake spam is gonna wear him down, I think.
Dragon Knight. Okay, so it looks like we'll have mid DK and that Dusa going up against the Axe Ricky combo. So looking at the drafts as they stand right now, who would you favor?
I think new meta, just because I don't really like the Void Axe together, but if they've done it before and they can successfully like split them up, I think it could work. But I think I'm gonna go with new meta for a.
Okay. I think new meta's draft is on a timer. Like, I think if they don't win by like 35 minutes, it's gonna fall off real hard and get real hard real fast. So I don't know. I think the drafts are probably close. I'd say maybe 55-45 in favor of LSC. I think the thing that LSC has going for them is that they're really comfortable on all those heroes, and new meta might be as well. We just don't really, we don't really know. So, all right, so we jump into the game here. This is a best-of-3 series, as it is the playoffs. So, game 1 starting right now. We'll take a look at things. It does not look like anybody's carrying a smoke on the side of new meta, so not anything going to be going on there. Doesn't look like LSE is either, so Sheepy will probably try to invade for this top bounty rune. Do they have a sentry for him? They do, actually. Spirit Breaker is carrying a sentry right now, and it looks like that the Spirit Breaker is going to be the safe lane support, at least temporarily. So he throws down that sentry right away. So Sheepy had best beware. He's pinging out the Spirit Breaker, saying, most likely saying in chat that he's got a ward and to watch for where he places it. Let's take a look here at this sentry. How well can these guys bait it? So they see him now. Oh, the Ancient Apparition attacks him. I don't think he meant to do that. I think that was... Oh, I feel like they're going to get the kill anyway. The ice, it does hit him. The bash there connects, and there's first blood going the way of the Spirit Breaker. Yep, Sheepy knows immediately that there's a sentry down, but it is too late. 2 bounties go to each side, but the first blood goes to new meta. A good start for that roaming support. He's not going to find a lot of gold or levels unless he gets some major hero kills, so he definitely needs that early head start. So looking at the lanes, I think Omni Knight is probably going to have the most problems for new meta, and Tar, once that Mystic Snake starts getting some levels, he's going to have problems with this Medusa as well. The top lane, though, LSC being very aggressive. I'm a little interested to see that the DK went top instead of mid. Not every day that you see a carry Dragon Knight.
I honestly think that it might have been better to send him mid too, just because I guess the Medusa will probably be able to harass Tar out, and maybe they're just worried about Tar because we know he can be a big playmaker in these games.
So I did miss the axe kill, but catching the Ancient Apparition and the Sheepy kill there. So lots of blood up here in this top lane as Snap's going right back in for more. He wants to see some of these spins coming out. Takes a lot of damage there from those creeps. And he's going up against a tri lane, so it's not going to be real smooth sailing for him. Aegis Warren looking for some bounty runes. Meanwhile, looks like Tar and KS1339 are having a pretty even exchange here. Tar is a little bit ahead in both CS and denies, but not too far. Oh, that nice little rune deny for the Spear Breaker. No, you shall not have that. So things are pretty quiet overall.
Charge coming down bottom. Probably gonna stop that though.
Yep. Can't run under that tower quite yet. Snapped though, getting awfully close to the Dire Tower, and actually going to take a little pot shot from it. It's some important damage. Those things do 110 damage, just the tier 1, so that was a hefty chunk of health. AA kind of wanted to go in on that axe, but I don't know that they've got the ability to do that right now. They are going to cold feed him. Can he get the stun off? In the range, he does get it off. There are the cold feet as well. He's going to take some damage from spins. I don't think they can get this, not with 2 points in Dragon's Blood. If they had 2 points in the fire, maybe. The stuns are going to connect onto Ricky, though, and he's going to die. So another death for the Ricky Maru comes out here, and he's not having his normal start to this game. A 1-3-0 his score right now.
Yeah, I don't think Ricky should ever try to save the axe, just because if he gets combo, he's going to probably die, and axe is pretty tanky, so it's a lot less likely for him to die from that combo.
In terms of CS, this game is really, really close. Just a few CS and denies on each side are changing things up. I hope so. That ward will go down to Omni Knight and Spearbreaker. Now they want to go in on Ziggity a little bit. Omni is pretty low on HP and does not have mana to cast a spell, so they will eventually there back out, but for a moment at least they wanted to. Oh, that courier kind of went into a dangerous zone.
Ricky's waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to hit it, though. No, he needs another hit and just not going to be able to do that. Oh, he is. The axe is cold feeded up, though. Erebus taking a lot of damage from the tower. Throws a level 1 breathe fire on him. The charge is coming top here on Sheepy. They have sight on him with the sentry as well sometimes. He is going to connect. Doesn't quite get pushed back into sentry range, but there is dust available. Can they stun him to death? He gets one nice bash from the Spearbreaker, and another one allows Erebus to get the kill. Spearbreaker gets very, very low. Only 60 HP at the end there, but he will walk away, and Sheepy will die once more.
Tar's actually winning this mid lane right now. He's doing a good job of dodging the snake spam, too.
Shackle will not connect with anything. There's nothing there. Sheepy wanted to go in on this. Snake will only connect onto Sheepy, so a little bit of a waste of that. Yeah, placement with that snake is hugely important. As we have a charge coming in here onto Tar, it will connect there. Can he get bashes before the wind run? No, he actually doesn't wind run. He takes the Mystic Snake. The cloud comes out from Ricky. They chase him back. Not going to be able to get the kill, but they do harass him for his time and trouble. Meanwhile, Erebus taking some hefty damage from the axe and the Battle Hunger, but Ancient Apparition is up here. And there's a charge, actually. I don't know how he kept sight long enough to catch that. Pings come out from the Spearbreaker. First stun will connect. Can they get something else so that he get cold feet? Oh, wow. He's just not able to get far enough away. He can't see him. Then one more bash will end the life of the axe. So this Spearbreaker, 3-0-2 right now. Doing very well. Let's go ahead and switch to net worth. And yeah, you can see what I've been saying is this game is incredibly close. The mid laners have almost the exact same net worth. There's only like 70 gold separating the carries. The offlaners are both doing pretty much the same. It's pretty across the board, just very, very close, even though new meta has maintained or managed to get 6 kills. Basically just furthering my theory that early game kills don't matter. They are going to go on to the Omni here. Mana Drain coming out from AD2L. Throws out the Chrono for the first time here. Does Ziggity. He gets a nice little bash there. Does he have enough to heal? He does not. He does have the degen aura. Ziggity's going to leap forward, walk into this tower. Not going to have another leap for 7 seconds, so he's not going to be able to get that kill. So they committed a lot there. Not quite able to make it worth it, though. Spiritbreaker almost charges on Ziggity, but decides better of it at the last second. He's going to settle for some XP instead. Not going to get that gold because AD2L's going to stun him out and drain that mana.
What I think they should have done there, the Lion was mana draining through most of the Chrono. I think he needed to just sit there and right click and they might have had him there.
Yeah, the two early levels in mana drain, like, I understand why he did it, you know, because in theory, if you can drain the mana of the Omni Knight, like, you can prevent him from healing and stuff, but I think that a level in Hex is kind of essential on that hero. And now he does have it, so he's got the level of Hex. The Hex starts off, they're not able to stack those stuns, though, so the spike was on cooldown because he threw it at the Spiritbreaker. So they really have to be able to stack both those stuns because really those are the only reliable stuns that LSC has. Dragon Form has been popped for the first time as well as first tower under some major pressure. Basically nothing that Snapped can do about this, but a creep wave is going to come in. Probably save the tower, at least for the moment.
They may get the Omni Knight this time. Maybe.
Oh, yep, in the bottom lane
Nope,
here.
I think that degen order is going to be enough to slow him.
Yeah, Ziggity's leveling up that time walk. He really needs that last level in it so that he's able to jump forward into that a little bit easier. Fortify does come out for the Radiant here, but it's not going to matter. Dragon Form does go down. Okay, Erebus is going to be able to get that. I thought for a second Snaps was going to be able to get that deny, but just mistimed it just a tiny bit. And Dire gets the first tower, so.
This Void is positioning for a Chrono down here. He's behind him.
Yep, and he does get the Chrono off. Ooh, stun comes out in the Chronosphere. Can they get this kill? Yes, he can, so. Gets a nice little time lock bash to do the extra damage. Oh, wow. There's quite the stack there. We got a 3-stack so far. Now it will be a 4-stack. I don't know who in the world for LSE is going to clear this. I guess the Axe probably could.
I think he's just going to spam the power shot. And I think they're just going to take it as a team.
Take it as a team here. Yeah, looks like they got 4 bottoms, so they're going to go for this. Meanwhile, Snapped is in some trouble in the top lane. Dragon Form has been popped again. Oh, they dodged down instead of up. Snapped able to TP out of there. Good move by him, juking to the north instead of to the south. They are trying to contest this stack in the bottom, and they'll at least contest the experience from it if they don't get the gold. Now the Hex is going to come out on the Omni Knight. Good shackle shot there from Tar. Another stun comes out as well. Oh, the ultimate connects with the repel. Does no damage. Power shot will connect, but there's not enough damage out here. Sheepy's going to try to blink in. Will not take the tower damage, but everybody basically just walks away there. Free tower goes the way of this Medusa, who has kind of been able for the last, like, minute and a half, 2 minutes to just do whatever she's wanted in that mid lane. And she's managed to build up 1,000 gold lead on to the Wind Ranger. Ice Blast is going to come in here. Does not. Wow. I am very surprised that that did not connect there. He was in the radius of it, but all right. So that Ice Blast does not connect, but they are going to chase Ziggity back into the tower. The Spiritbreaker is coming. Chooses at the last second. Takes 2 tower shots. So deciding a little bit too late. to not go into that. So Tar is looking to pick up a Yule's while the Dusa is going for Mask of Madness. Both kind of interesting selections. Dragon Knight has his armlet, so he's going to be able to output some real damage here. But it does not look like he's going to choose to leave the lane. He seems content for now to just farm. He's got that armlet. He's got Dragon's Blood. He can use that thing to his heart's content, and there's not going to be much Axe can do about it. That's a cool particle effect for double damage on Tar. I don't think I've seen that before. So again, it seems like both teams kind of content to settle down and farm a little bit. Here comes another Ice Blast. Will connect onto two heroes, but Ziggity's got the Chronosphere up. He is going to time walk through some of that damage. He's going to get stunned up, but I don't know Ancient Apparition has the damage to do it by himself. Spearbreaker, though, he probably does. He gets in there. He needs one more hit, and he gets it right before Aegisworn throws out the stun. A great rotation there from that Spearbreaker, and Tar just barely dies before the Medusa goes man mode there up by the Ancients, but not able to pull that kill away. Erebus, meanwhile, he is just tearing through Axe. That armlet just doing all kinds of work right there. And things going really, really well right now for new meta. Well, Hex here now on the bottom lane. They've got the Omni here. He's stunned up. Ice Blast will connect onto Ziggity, so he gets pretty low. Does the Spearbreaker want to charge in here? I don't even know if they have vision. Tar's going to TP in here. Look to turn this thing around. He does have a Shackle Shot. Can he get into the right lineup for it? Oh, that'll let him do it. Nice stun there from Aegisworn, and there goes the Shackle. Tar moves forward to get out of the Cold Feet. Heal will do a decent amount of damage to Tar, but he's also ulted up onto the Omni Knight. The Wind Run is going to save him from a lot of these right clicks here. Won't save him from that Spirit Break ult or the bashes to follow it. Cold Feet again come out. He's going to go for it. Ziggity jumps in with the Time Walk, throws out the Dilation as well. He wants to go for the Spirit Breaker, gets a nice bash on him, and he's going to die as well. Now Ancient Apparition, he's looking to get away. Sheepy does not want to let him, but he's going to have to walk away from that Tier 2 tower. Ice Blast again going to come out here. Where is it headed? Heading for the Shrine. Not going to connect with anything over there, though. So all of a sudden, things kind of got a little bit more exciting here in this bottom lane. Axe actually going to blink forward onto Erebus. He's trying to go for this kill, but the armlet just does so much work for this Dragon Knight. And then when he feels safe, he can just walk behind the tower, heal up with that Dragon's Blood, 26 health regen a second.
26 at 15 minutes is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Ice Blasts will connect with Tar, but and Ziggity actually, but they don't really have any follow-up damage for that, so harass Ice Blast. I guess the Omni Knight was kind of walking in, but no way he's going to be able to do anything. Tar teleports back to the base, and here we are. Well, Ziggity did Time Walk there. He has a Chronosphere available if he needs to get away using it. The heal will not connect with him. Ice Feet. Oh, will it proc? Oh, just barely didn't proc. I thought the creeps might have blocked him out there, but he's going to TP back to base as well.
So do you think if you're LSC, you're worried about this Dragon Knight and Medusa pulling ahead in farm? Or are they just waiting and going to wait it out past their mark?
I mean, I think they should be kind of worried about it because they are picking up steam. Their window is probably in the 25 to 30 minute range. And if they get free farm for the next 9 minutes, things could be bad. Snap's going on the Omni Knight in the bottom lane, but the Spirit Breaker charge is going to come through here. Cold Feet's already connected on him. Can they kill him? This tower is just going ham on Spirit Breaker. The Ice Blast not going to hit anything. 2 kills are going to go down there. 1 to Aegis Warren, 1 to Ziggity. Ziggity's going to chase after this Ancient Apparition. In the meantime, Tark takes the mid tower, and double kill comes out there from Ziggity. Nice bashes from him. That Ice Blast not going to save him. Tar getting pinged out into the mid lane there. The Omni Knight maybe trying to ask Medusa for a little help with that, but the Medusa's trying to take up some of this farm here. Nice little deny there in the bottom lane for Radiant. And they, in just a couple, a minute or so there, they've shrunk this lead back down to just about 1K. So, maybe LSE doesn't have to worry so much after all. It's not like that new meta's had a huge lead, but if you're new meta, you really like that snowball effect. It does appear that all Dire heroes are going to converge on this bottom lane. Sheepy is going to scout this out, but he's right next to a sentry. He's going to get stunned up. Oh, that heal just took about half to 2/3 of his HP in 1 spell right there. Ancient Apparition is going to throw the Chilling Touch buff. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name of that, but Chilling Touch is onto the team here. He's going to move forward. Gonna see Ziggity. Does not have a Chronosphere right now. He just chooses to time walk forward. Axe is teleporting in. Spirit Breaker's charging as well. If they group up here, I think that was a pretty good opportunity to get a 3-man call, but maybe thinking that it's a little dangerous because Tar is not quite with the team yet. Ricky's TPing back into the bottom lane. Both teams primarily are poised to take some kind of fight here. New meta should know that Tar's not here. He's going to go for this tower instead, it appears. So this is a good time to engage, but instead, Spirit Breaker is going to charge toward the mid lane. This got scouted out by Sheepy, so Tar's going to know that this is happening. The stun will connect, harass him off the lane, but nothing more will come of it. Dragon Knight went the old Mathman build. He's got the Dragon Lance and going for Hurricane Pike coming out here. So shout out to our friend Mathman, who made this build popular before it was popular. He's like the OG hipster of Dota.
I do think it's good here, especially against the Axe, just to make sure he's not in there getting spins on him.
Yeah, and it's a good save for like Chronosphere people too, so you can force staff somebody if you're on the edge of a Chronosphere, maybe force staff them out. In the top lane, Ancient Apparition going to go down to a combination of Tar and Sheepy. 20 minutes, Sheepy is looking more like a 4 support than we've seen him in a long time. Usually he's kind of transitioning into carry mode by now, but only the 1 blade of Alacrity for him, at least so far. The one thing that LSE does have going for them is their supports are starting to separate themselves from the new meta supports in terms of gold. Spirit Breaker's died a couple times recently. He was doing really well there, like 4-0 and 3, I think, at one point. But died twice in a row. Kind of fallen a little bit behind. Diffusal, Mask of Madness up onto Ziggity, so this Medusa is going to have to be kind of careful. If she gets caught in the wrong position, or if she pops Mask of Madness before the Chronosphere, she could die pretty easily to Zig.
I think it's an interesting choice for the Medusa to go Lincolns, just because LSC has a lot to break that. They can just throw Battle Hunger, a Mana Drain, or just waste one of those stuns on her.
Erebus going to try to go man mode onto Ziggity. He stuns him up here. Man, just chunks of HP going down there. He has finished the Hurricane Pike. A 3 streak goes down to the Dragon Knight with an assist going to the Ancient Apparition. And just like that, the carry for LSE is down. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of the Lincoln's build-up on pretty much any hero. But especially in a lineup like this, he is going to get shackled to a tree there, but the Yule's going to stop the Spirit Breaker ultimate. Now the Cloud's there. Dusa just takes that Finger of Death in the face and goes down. So, I mean, I guess with the Lincolns that you'll block at least one of those things, either the shackle or the the Finger of Death or something. Dragon Knight going behind the tower here will get stunned up. Force-staffs himself forward. He wanted to turn there, but he gets hexed instead. A call comes out on him now. The shackle does not connect with the tree, but it doesn't matter. This DK is dead. Dominating streak comes to an end thanks to the Calling Blade of Snapped. Ice Blast definitely might, nope. I was going to say, it might connect, but just a tiny bit to the south there. At 22 minutes, it's 11-11. There's only a 2K gold lead here for new meta. This game is insanely close right now. I think that probably favors LSC.
Yeah, they have a lot more room to grow, so as long as they can stay even with them and just push this into the late game, I think they're not worried.
Yeah, and so far their overall team fight execution, sure they died a few times early in the game, but their team fight execution has been pretty crisp. And like I said, I don't think early game kills matter a whole lot because it's not like there's a ton of gold, going to the other team. So you can just kind of focus on getting farm, getting experience, and then just catching up by getting good team fights executed and good kills in the mid game.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Kind of looks like both teams kind of settled down into a farming rhythm again. A little D-ward there from the Spirit Breaker. Erebus looking to go. That's not Heart. Satanic? Is that the recipe for Satanic? I think it is.
I think so.
It is. Okay. I knew that they changed it, but I didn't remember to what. So he's looking to go Satanic next item. He's going to throw out a stun on the Ricky Morrow. Ice Blast going to come out as well. Will connect, and down goes Sheepy. Once again, feels like it's been a rough game for him, and yeah, it kind of has 2-6 and 5 at the moment, so positive KDA still, but a lot more death than we normally see coming out of him. Erebus is going to get called. Ancient Apparition throws out the Cold Feet. He wants to keep him around here. The Blade Meal is out, and Dragon Knight is doing a lot of damage to himself. Ooh, and he will just barely get... Oh, wow. So they trade kills there at the last second. Spirit Breaker's into the middle of things now. He should have canceled that charge, but didn't know that his carry was going to die. He ends up dying for his trouble, so 3 go down just like that. And now in the mid lane here, Ziggity has got Medusa into the Chronosphere. He's got that Diffusal Blade. He's got Ricky here to help him out. Ricky does not quite have the Diffusal Blade yet, but there doesn't matter. There's no mana for the Medusa. They're just chasing him out. Tar's here with double damage now. The Shackle probably going to come. No, that doesn't connect. The heal doesn't matter. Here's a Yule's. Into the air is the Omni Knight. A nice first hit bash coming out from Ziggity. And all 5 heroes for new meta hit the deck as LSC show off, again, just crisp all-around movement and team fight coming out there. Honestly, it's a little surprised that so little gold changed, but it's just because this game is so close. There's no lead one way or the other. Ice Blast will connect with Tar. The Shackle does connect. Spirit Breaker here is on the way. Tar in a lot of trouble here. The ult will connect, and down goes Tar. Now Ziggity in the middle of things here. He did time walk into that and throw out the dilation, but not enough to save his mid laner. So he will just turn and walk away. Tell you what, Maniac, there has been a lot of blood in this game. 25 minutes, 30 kills. It's a good thing our friend Sequoia did not choose to try to cast this game because his voice would be dead after game 1. Being all sick and junk.
So I think...
Nope, go for it.
I think another problem with the Medusa going Lincolns instead of BKB is this Lion is probably just going to throw the Hex out and break that and then use Mana Drain and just pull through that. And between that and the 2 coming Diffusal Blades, I think they're just going to chew through Medusa.
Yeah, and I would be a little bit surprised if after this Aghanims that Tar didn't go on as well. So they could have potentially 3 Diffusal Blades and Mana Drain. Like, BKB could stop all of that. Lincoln's maybe stops a Hex. I'm just overall not a huge fan of Lincolns.
I'm not either.
I think
Unless they have very few targetable that you have to block to survive.
Yeah, so if they only like have a Pudge or, you know, something silly like that. Ziggity really wants that tower. Throws up a preemptive Chronosphere. Leaps himself away. Stunned now. So uses the Chronosphere for the tower. Didn't want it to get denied. Omni Knight throws out a heal and just kind of tickles Axe a little bit. He's going for the heart and only needs the Reaver. So only about 2,000 gold out away from that. Ziggity's getting pinged on here. Cold Feet will not proc. Spearbreaker is charging in from the top, though. Sheepy is in the vicinity. They do have a shrine as well. Ice Blast does not connect. And New Meta is going to have to just turn and run away. They did force a teleport there from the support, but all in all, probably could have been executed a little bit tighter to try to get that kill.
I think LSC should consider getting a what's the Shadow Blade upgrade?
Silver Edge?
Silver Edge, because they don't have to worry about the Medusa, I don't think, a whole lot, but that DK is getting pretty strong, and I think that Silver Edge breaking that health regen and armor would do a lot for them.
Yeah, the question is going to be who is going to build it. I mean, Ziggity definitely could. It'd give you initiation for the Chronosphere. Or you could jump in Chronosphere and then use it if you really wanted to. Ice Blast towards the mid lane here. We'll harass off Aegis Warren a little bit, but no harm done.
Tar is going that Diffusal Blade like you thought he might.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes the most sense, right? Like, Medusa is the late game carry. Like, sure, DK is strong right now, but he's already level 19. He's going to plateau relatively soon, to be honest. Hex onto the Spearbreaker as Aegis Warren dewards a little bit there. LSC kind of invading the jungle. AA did circle where most of them are at. Sheepy thinks about hitting the courier, but knows he can't kill it. So he's just going to come up and scout things up here at this tier 1 towards the top lane instead. Omni should have known that he was getting blocked there, but does not matter. Aegis Warren picks up a mega kill streak. Not often that you see a lion able to pick up a mega kill streak. And the tower will go down here into the top lane. Sheepy's scouting out new meta here. They know where they're at least 3 of them. They know the Medusa's not here either. She might have a teleport. In fact, she does, but it's in her backpack. Aegis Warren trying to do stuff here, but gets stunned up. The Shackle then comes in, and now Dragon Knight in a ton of trouble here. Does Ziggity have a Chronosphere? He does, but he's currently silenced by his Mask of Madness. The Cloud from the Riki's going to come in here. Oh, Snap Mix misses the Culling Blade, but it doesn't matter. He goes down as well, so 4 are dead. That Medusa not having the teleport scroll in the inventory, pretty big problem there, but also a lack of vision. No sentries able to scout out Sheepy, so LSC able to just set up exactly how they want to and pick up the kill. And now the call is Roshan, and depending on where they walk, they might walk free of vision, but now Tar is going to walk through some dire vision. So new meta should know that this is going on. Yeah, the pings do come out from the Spirit Breaker. Like, hey guys, they're going for the Roche. But I don't know that they're going to be able to get here even remotely close on time. The Ice Blast is on the way. It's going to fully connect on 3. Actually, this might be enough to force them back. The charge coming in on the Tar now. They are sticking around here. This is going to be very, very dangerous. Ziggity does have a Chronosphere, but he gets bashed up by Roshan. Windrunner going to get charged and then ulted by the Spearbreaker. Uses herself up into the air. Ziggity's not quite sure what to do. He has a Chronosphere, but there are too many of his own teammates in the way here. He could leap forward there and get the other 2 heroes, but he's going to take the Mystic Snake. That's going to kill off Axe. A power shot comes through here, and that looks to be the end of the fighting unless LSC want to return back into the Roshan pit. He is very low at this point. Medusa and Dragon Knight could almost certainly jump in here to try to take this, and LSC knows that. They want to contest this to the best of their ability. Sheepy looking around, trying to find people. The sentry does come down from the Radiant. Now they know that they're here. There are 2 heroes in position for sure. Oh, no, the missed chance there. Okay, now the Wicked Streak goes down. But Erebus just too slow here. The Shackle not going to connect. There's nothing there. He is going to bash up Tar, who has the Aegis. He will go down a first time. Zadie maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Medusa throws her ult out. She's trying to get somebody to go Stormform. They're not going to be able to do it here. The Ice Blast connects onto Tar, though. He's going to die a second time, almost certainly. Now Chronosphere onto 3 heroes, actually. They're in a good position here. The Shackle will connect as well. Can they kill the Dragon Knight before? Yes, they can, but the Spear Breaker is here. He's going to hit Tar once. Can he hit him again? The Yule's going to stop that from happening, actually. Sheepy is going to go down. The Killing Spree comes out for the Medusa. Tar going to TP out. Ziggity gets out. So it's basically some supports and the Aegis for a Dragon Knight. So still a win for new meta, but not as bad as it could have been for LSC. So go take a look at the net worth chart. So we got about 2K lead for LSC, and experience is actually pretty well in their favor, about 6,000. Ziti gonna aggressively TP into the beginning here. He's gonna throw out the dilation, wants to go for this Medusa. Can he leap forward? He can. The link is there, so that will block the Diffusal Blade, but Yules comes out here from Tar. The Hex comes out now from the Lion Call as well. They're gonna bash into this Medusa, and Aegis Warren. It's like, no, I'm the carry of this team. Throws out the Finger of Death, and down goes the Medusa for 80 seconds. She does have buyback. I don't know if she really wants to expend it, though. Here comes the ultimate from the Wind Ranger. The Ice Blast will not connect with any heroes there. Aegis Warren actually blinks forward and hexes the Omni Knight. But his team is pretty objective focused. Tar going to pull that tower down with Focus Fire. And I believe he's got Diffusal coming on the way. Another Hex comes out. Call as well. The Omni Knight stunned up. A nice 3-man Chrono as well. The Shackle into the Chronosphere. Down goes the Omni Knight. He's not going to be able to do anything. Erebus actually gets the stun thanks to the Ancient Apparition onto Ziggity. So Ziggity will go down. Tar is going. He's got that that level 20 Wind Run becomes Shikuchi ability, so he will get out. Okay, Snap's gonna get slowed up by the Ancient Apparition, but just able to blink out right before the damage connects. Dragon Knight getting in pretty deep here. Blink forward from Aegis Warren. He throws out the Hex. Now they've got the Shackle. Oh, they don't stack their stuns supremely well, but they've got the Riki Cloud there as well. No more mana here for the Dragon Knight. He's going to try to run away as best that he can. They don't really want to run together. Tar is going to go down. A misplay there from Tar, as if he just would have stayed in the back and attacked, instead he clumps up right with his teammate, takes that splash damage, and actually Dragon Knight wins the gold exchange. Does not win the experience exchange, but you know, at least there's something that comes out of that kill for him. Dragon Knight. I'm
really surprised neither Drake, DK, or Medusa have a BKB. There's just so many stuns right now for LSC.
Yeah, and it seems like this is a pretty major mistake. Like, I wondered about Satanic, but I thought that maybe he was far enough ahead. As we have a call here, another fight going to come down, just chunks of damage, and there goes the Omni Knight. But he was farming so well in the early game that I thought that maybe he could pull it off and then go into the BKB. But it's been probably 10 minutes since he's been able to buy an item, which is just a ridiculous amount of time in a game of Dota. Omni does have Radiance, but he just got carved up there by Axe and Sheepy. Sheepy does have. Wow, he's got Echo Saber and Diffusal Blade now, so he is kind of going into carry mode, Rikimaru. Not a lot of HP, but he deals out some pretty hefty damage. There's so much regen coming out from this Dragon Knight. 2 times Dragon Blood armor. He's got plus 70.4. He can just walk around with the armlet on, and it does basically no damage to him. Satanic is finished there, so hopefully we see Erebus go into the BKB next. I mean, I think, like you said, I think that's the best choice for them, but looks like they're going to smoke up. Dragon Knight does have a smoke. There is no vision here for LSC, and Dragon Knight's kind of going on a weird path here away from his teammates. They're going to break the smoke onto Ziggity. Ziggity does have a Chronosphere if he's alive to get it, but he is not. He goes down to the Medusa there. The Mystic Snake picks him up. He's going to TP back into the middle of things here. He's going to look for a nice Chrono, and he gets one. Oh, my God. 4 heroes stuck in the Chronosphere. LSC's trying to re-engage on the back of their carry, but they're falling very, very low. Ricky Mario has to tricks of the trade to try to get away. He will, in fact, get away, at least for the moment. Time Dilation does come out as well as a Diffusal charge. Sheepy better be very careful. Axe actually going to jump right back into the middle of things here. This is very optimistic. The Lincoln's is popped. The stun does come out here. The Diffusal Blade's doing its work. He has no mana. Ziggity's actually going to go forward into the Ancient Apparition. Sheepy will pick up that kill. No, Tar will pick up that kill. Tar's taking a lot of damage here, though. He's going to use himself up, but he's going to die. Almost. No, he doesn't. Dragon Knight turned down the hill.
That was a big mistake by Dragon Knight. He followed Tar all the way back to that ward spot next to that tier 2 while the fight was going on. The rest of his team died. He came back in, and there was nothing more he could do.
Yeah, all in all, though, it's a pretty even exchange in that fight in terms of gold as the experience and gold lead continue to increase for LSC. You know, I said in the draft, 35 minutes was new meta's window, and wouldn't you know it, things have started to tip in the balance in the favor of LSC. He just wants
Dragon Knight
so
actually
rich. He's got
queuing up a
Aghanims.
blade mail. Not going for that BKB next.
I mean, I think Blade Mail is a good item, but God, he really needs a BKB. He really, really needs a BKB. He's tanking a lot of damage, but just with the stuns, like you said, there's just so much CC coming out that he can't stay alive through it. Like, even with Blade Mail, I don't know that it's going to save him. Sure, it'll do some offensive damage, but... well, defensive damage. But he needs to be able to use the Satanic. You know, if he gets hexed up through the whole thing or isn't able to click on it, like, that item isn't really doing him any good. So it looks like they're going to try to smoke again. They do have a gem onto the Ancient Apparition. Erebus going to use the Shrine actually for mana. Not super efficient, but, you know, it's late. Smoke is going to come out.
They're on opposite sides smoking for each other.
So it does not look like either team is going to find the other. It's kind of now a game of who realizes what's going on first. Scan onto the Shrine from LSC. They don't catch anything. Ice Blast going to come up towards Roshan, but he's not up here for another 2 minutes, 20 seconds. As they just want to find... ooh, he should have seen that Ice Blast sneak by, so they should have an idea kind of where they're at, but they're just going to go towards this mid tower. They have creeps. Now they're going to try to go back. Aegisworn does get caught. His 3 kill streak comes to an end. Gives a nice little bounty to the Dragon Knight. Ziggity hiding in the trees here. He wants to get a good Chronosphere off. The Mystic Snake's going to follow him up into the creeps. Erebus wants to follow him out. It's chasing after him. The Manta comes out. Charge now. They know which one's real. He's going to connect with that. Now, Spearburger must have misclicked there because he started the TP. I think, yeah, he wanted that urn. And Zig is going to go down. So 2 heroes down, and Ziggity bought back last fight, so he's down for 100 seconds. I think that the Spiritbreaker is making kind of a itemization mistake as well, going for the Blade Mail right now. Spirit Vessel is so damn good that definitely worth the invested gold. Sheepy in a little bit of trouble. He's charged up. They have vision. Yes, they do. They have vision, but you don't. Ha! You thought I was going to rhyme there. So another kill going the way of new meta. This is definitely a tier 2 tower. in the mid lane here. Snapped and Tar, they're going in for this. Snapped jumps in on for the call of the Medusa. Yules comes out onto himself. That was almost certainly a misclick. Tar's going to stop and take some damage now. He throws a power shot, but it doesn't matter. Snaps is going to fall. This is almost now certainly a tier 3 tower. Buyback comes out from Snap, but this tower is so low right now. Dragon Knight jumps in as well as the Omni Knight onto 2 heroes. He will get the Culling Blade onto the Omni Knight, but a tower has fallen. The Lion is dead again. No buyback on him. He's out for 70 seconds. And new meta looks like they might be able to pull this off, but now a call comes out into the power, or not the power shot, into the focus fire. And Spearbreaker may be in a little bit of trouble as well. Tar looked like he was going for the courier kill there instead of the kill on the hero. And once he calls that off, Spearbreaker able to get away. So a tower has fallen for LSE. This might be the opportunity new meta has been searching for a while, playing that split push game.
They did get that melee Rex too.
Yeah, that's one thing that this Dragon Knight is going to be very, very good at. Like, yeah, he kind of falls off in team fights later in the game, but he's still a very good split pusher. And Roche is now the objective for LSE. Tar is quite low for this. Maybe, honestly, that another bash or two from Roshan might have killed him. He's probably just going to pick up the cheese, use it instantly. No? Okay. Nope, he's just going to TP home, actually. Thought maybe they would like to be a little bit aggressive coming off that, but instead they're just going to play it safe. They know they have 6 minutes of Roshan, or Aegis, rather. So if you are either of these teams, so just go for the feelings of both teams, how do you feel right now?
I think if I'm new meta, I'm kind of on my edge of the seat, hoping that we can stay in it, because at this point, DK is doing most of the work for him. This Medusa kind of needs to get a little more farm and help that DK out some more.
Another smoke comes out from LSC, and the Omni Knight actually circles exactly where they are. So good game sense from him, but he's going to run out of the base and run right into them. So he knew where they were, but then they came to him, and down he goes. Ice Blast does connect on 2, but Ziggity gets a nice Chronosphere onto 2, although Cold Feet into Yules here, but the Manta, nice Manta use there. Ziggity wants to go for the Spirit Breaker. Can he get him? No, he cannot, but the Medusa shackled to the tree here. She's not going to be able to get anything either. Dragon Knight, though, going in onto this axe. Ziggity actually time walked into the wrong spot. He's stuck in the trees. They can't see him for the moment anyway. Charge now on the Tar. They see him. The dust comes out. The Spirit Breaker ult will connect. That's an Aegis. Can they kill this Tar a second time? Do they have the vision? The slow's coming out for the Dragon Knight here. The vision is going to maybe be there. No, it's not. The 4 steps. Where's the AA? He's got the gem. They didn't see him. He ate the cheese.
Out away.
Whew. Man, that is a bum clencher right there. And Tar able to get away by the skin of his teeth there. But
Faceless Void going for the Lincoln. So I really think he needs to get that Silver Edge.
Yeah, I think anything that you can do to help kill this Dragon Knight is going to be really big.
That's 24 armor and 20 regen. You can cancel on him.
Honestly, I even think that like Blink would be better. Like just saving the ability to like being able to blink in Chronosphere and then time walk out would be better. I just like Lincoln's is going to block the charge and the 1 DK stun and the snake. And the Cold Feet, I guess, but
I don't think any of those are.
I still think
going for it.
BKB is better.
Yeah.
Because then the BKB blocks the Ice Blast damage. It blocks
the Breathe Fire damage.
The heal damage. It just blocks a lot more damage overall than the Lincolns. So we've gone from new meta kind of having to hide into the base to LSC having to do so. Both teams having to play very cautiously. The gold lead has now switched over to New Meta since they have been able to pull off some of these kills. Let's go ahead and look at levels really quick. Tar has picked up level 25, but has not chosen which way he wants to go yet. Now he goes cooldown reduction. So 30% cooldown reduction for Tar. Ziggity is making his way that way towards 25. Snapped has it and goes for the Battle Hunger DPS, actually, over the Berserker's Call AoE. Interesting choice there. I don't really play a lot of Axe, but I just seem like that AoE would be super, super good. Dragon Knight also 25. 40 strength. This guy is so tanky. And, of course, we've got the Medusa with a split shot, uses attack modifiers. So that split shot using that Scotty all the time now. Pretty big. +7 split shot target is silly, but I don't know that it's good. Like, yeah, you can hit a lot of things with it, but what's really the point? Again,
she is finally going for that BKB, though.
Hey, you know, it only took us 48 minutes of yelling at somebody to get a BKB for them to actually listen. So, you know, progress. They are both teams kind of on opposite sides of the map here. Looking to take this last tier 2 is New Meta.
They need to come back because they're going to push through these towers really quick.
Yeah, Tar does have a TP. He needs to think about using it like now. Ziggity does have a TP, and Sheepy does as well. It looks like they're actually going to pivot towards the mid lane here. I'm not 100% sure on why they decided to do that, but Ziggity is now here. Dragon Knight frontlining here, pops pops the Blade Mail, but a 2-man Chronosphere going to come out here. Mana's just getting burnt off of this Medusa. She's down to half mana. The call now onto the Dragon Knight. Can they do this? The charge, nice charge through the battle there. Hits 3 heroes. Now the Medusa ult's going to come out and force LSC back. This is going to be a great opportunity to either pick up some kills or pick up some structure damage, but now Tar is taking a huge amount of damage here. He will fall as well. He does have buyback, uses it almost instantly. Ziggity's down now as well. He will have to buy back too. Sheepy buys back as well. Now I think that New Meta wants to get out of here as soon as they can, but the Dragon Knight will fall to the Finger of Death, and the Medusa now probably going to fall as well to the right clicks. No, falls to a right click of Aegisworn. They're going to chase for more here. The Yules throws the Spearbreaker up into the air. Shackle Shot will connect, and he will fall as well. So 4 heroes die. So it's 3 buybacks, a tower, 3 buybacks, and 1 other death, plus the tower, plus a Rax for 4 hero kills. New Meta does have buybacks available, so the Dragon Knight will buy back first. Probably not who I would have chosen to buy back first, but you know he is crazy rich at this point in time. So he's going to come up here, throw out Breathe Fire just to reduce some damage as best as he can. The Ice Blast will connect, so Erebus just walking a little bit too far forward there. Now he's in the middle of 3 heroes here. The Shackle is going to connect here. The Blade Mail is up for him. LSC not going to take their chances. And looks like they might have actually saved the other buybacks here. Omni Knight will be up in 4 seconds. And the Radiance plus the cold Ice Blast plus the Fire Breath should be more than enough to hold this. They are going to get a 2-man Chronosphere coming up here. They're going to bash down this Dragon Knight, or at least try to. This could be a dieback for him, but he's just got so much regen. He turns on that armlet and then just turns on Ziggity. He gets shielded up by the Omni Knight, and he just doesn't care. Now Tar's in some trouble here. He just bought back as well. That Aegis ult from the Lion doing a little bit of work there. But Spearbreaker is up. Medusa is up now as well. So the Ancient Apparition did die, but well worth it as they do not lose any structural integrity to their base. Tower takes about half damage, but you know what? Considering it was 5 against 2, it's a pretty nice stand for New Meta.
Tar choosing now to go Lincolns as well. I really think they need to get 1 the Silver Edge, and then possibly him or Ziggity get a MKB for that Radiance.
Yeah, I'm really interested in what they think is killing them. Like, it has to be the Dragon Knight stun, right? Like, that's got to be what they feel is killing them. But I don't know that it is. Like, I don't know.
I think if they can get stuff to burst him down quicker and not have him sitting there for the entire fight just pounding on him, that they can go through this. I don't think 2 Lincolns on their team is going to help.
Or even like a halberd, right? Like, give
that would
yourself
help
some evasion,
immensely.
stop the damage coming out. Like a halberd, a Silver Edge, like a BKB. Like, those all seem like better items than the Lincolns. I'd be really interested to talk to them and see what their thoughts are. But again, I am a Lincolns hater, so I often do not understand why people build Lincolns. A lot of times I think people build Lincolns because that's what other people build Lincolns. Like, you know, Medusa is one of those heroes that's known for building Lincolns. And so sometimes I think people fall into that trap of, well, it's this Lincoln's hero, so I need to build it. I don't know. Anyway, things kind of settle down a little bit again, but an 8K lead has been built up by new meta. Pinging on the Roshan. He's not up for 30 seconds, though.
I think LSC needs to kind of rotate that way, thinking that it's going to be up soon, because they do not want to hand that over to DK or the Medusa. And this one will have the refresher in it.
It will. Yeah, that's going to be...
Which you do not want to give that DK Aegis refresh.
Yeah, that would be an incredibly brutal thing to have him come back in dragon form again. Aegis Warren is 25. Going for the 325 AoE Hex. I like it. I would have liked to see the 1,000 range, but I think that's more clowny than actually useful. They have scouted out Roche, have LSC, but they don't have the heroes available to do it at the moment. Ancients get circled up. Are they going to go for this? Oh my goodness. They're going to try to sneak this. So they are invis in the pit here.
It doesn't have blast. I think he's getting ready to go in for them to go into it, but
Sheepy taking a ton of damage. The blink comes over here. They don't have vision of this. They're going to try to sneak this right under the noses of the entire new meta team. Sheepy has to run away, but they didn't see him. That ward does not reach far enough up there. They're going to take this. The cloud comes out. They know he's in there. Everything gets picked up here by Tar and Snapped.
Oh, here's their chance for big chrono.
Okay, he gets two, but they're on the back lines now. The Medusa ult forces him up the cliff here. In some trouble is Ziggity. Meanwhile, this Dragon Knight is just going to town on 3 other heroes. Ziggity is down for 2 minutes. Axe is down, does have buyback. Aegis Warren and Tar on the retreat here. Sheepy in the middle of things. He's down for 2 minutes as well. That very possibly could be GG. As they have got 2 heroes down for almost 2 minutes. They've got Axe he can buy back, but is Axe Windrunner line? They're gonna have to have some crazy plays here to be able to hold this base.
That was a rare Ziggity mistake. I think he really needed to put that DK and that Medusa in that ult.
Nice shackle coming out here, picks up the DK and the Medusa. The spiked will go down the Hex as well. So delaying this the best he can is Aegis Warren. The Snapped is not going to call on to the Omni Knight. Fortify will come out. Ice Blast connects onto Tar and Tar alone. I don't know that it matters. The Dragon Knight force taps himself forward, but gets hexed for his trouble. There goes the Aegis for Tar. A nice AoE ultimate, able to allow the Culling Blade for the Spear Breaker. I don't know if he could choose to buy back here very easily and charge back into the fight. Medusa's going to come up to defend the Dragon Knight and just tearing apart Aegis Warren. Going to get called up for her trouble. They don't have a defusal on her right now, though. Tar is up, but not going to be able to go far enough in there. Mega Creeps are down. The AoE X coming out here, and Aegis Warren is being a pest. but I don't think that it matters. 30 seconds still until the Void and the Ricky come up, and there's no way that this base is going to stand up long of that. Game 1 is going to go to New Masters here after it felt like LSE had some chances, but just not able to put the pieces together. And Game 1 goes to New Masters. So, Maniac, you were right. Calling the draft there. I thought around that 38-minute mark that LSE kind of had it in the bag, but just not quite able.
I think both teams went questionable item builds, and LSC's just came back to hurt them more than New Metas did.
All right, so we will come back here in a few minutes for Game 2, so stick around and stay tuned. I'm Legion 170, he's Maniac, and you are watching Season 18 AD2L Playoffs, the semifinal matchup between New Meta and Lemon Snow Cones. Stick around. right, everybody. We're going to play this fantastic bumper, and then we're going to go ahead and bring you back into the action. I am Legion 170. He's Maniac, and we are here for Game 2 between New Meta and the Lemon Snow Cones. In the last game, we saw that DK Medusa combo roll right over the top of LSC, and Maniac, they did not ban it in this game at all, so apparently not concerned about it, but it looks like New Meta is going to go in a completely different direction anyway. Silencer Nyx picked up first picks here for them. What do you think?
That is very different, but I like both Nyx and Silencer.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
And it seems like they're kind of anticipating like a Medusa pick coming out of Lemon Snow Cones, so they picked two heroes that are pretty good up against that Medusa. But I don't know that LSC is going to take the bait here. The Void is exchanged in for... Man, who was there? It was Bloodseeker, Tinker, and... I don't remember who their other band was, but Void gets swapped in this time, so no Ziggity Void for LSC. They'll have to switch to one of his other carries. And I think that's probably a good thing. You know, you kind of talked about how like their draft just didn't feel like it was very synergistic. Like it didn't really work together. So Bounty Hunter comes out, and that's the Sheepy hero, the Invis hero plus Snapped. So there's your offlane combo for LSC. New Meta. Interesting to see what they're going to do, if they're going to make this Nyx or Silencer cores, or if this is their support duo. It wouldn't be the worst support duo. It wouldn't be the best, though, either. Like, you'd have to rely on the Nyx to hit stuns, and those things are just ridiculous at times to hit.
I think Nyx would be a 4 and Silencer a core, if I'd guess.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
Yeah, I would say that's probably pretty likely as well. So probably like Silencer mid. I don't know. I might like Silencer as a support just a tiny bit more. It's a toss-up. Silencer does really good things with farm, but at the same time, he's a pretty good laning presence as well. Ember Spirit banned out from New Meta. I don't think that we've ever seen that played by LSC, so I wonder if that's just something that New Meta thinks would be good against their lineup. And if so, why would that be?
I think they banned him last time too, so I think it's just something that they don't like to play against.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds.
Spirit Breaker banned by LSC, and we did see that Spirit Breaker do some work in Game 1, so not too surprising. Ancient Apparition gets banned out. Alk is on the table now. New Meta has the first pick here coming out, so I would be interested to see an Alchemist pick coming out here. Ooh.
Yeah, I was thinking that they would ban. I guess they were just more worried about the Medusa.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I really felt that Medusa
5 seconds, Morty.
was more of a bait than anything. But maybe not. I do think the Alchemist would be a good pick here.
Radiant team pick.
Wow.
Centaur.
Okay, so that's definitely a 4-spot Nyx. The Centaur will be the offlaner. Silencer could still pivot between mid lane, carry, and support, depending on what you want to do. I think as a core, he's a better mid laner than a carry, but
Moron.
it depends on how you want to split things up, I suppose.
5 seconds left now.
So what is New Meta's game plan here with these three?
I mean, it seems like they kind of want to be aggressive and run at people, at least after 6. It's like they get 6, and then they start team fights. They have the Centaur ult for initiation, along with the Vendetta for initiation. They've got the Global Silence to, you know, counter any responses. Feels like very team fight oriented. So Sniper actually going to be the pickup here in the 3rd spot. Interesting pick because new meta actually has pretty good gap close between the Centaur, Warrunner, and the Nyx. It's going to be a very challenging game for Tar. He's going to have to be very aware of his positioning so that he doesn't get ganked by like a Vendetta or something.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Come on, Radiant team.
I almost wonder if it would have been Viper.
Yeah, that is not going to be a fun matchup for Tar.
I almost wonder if it would have been better for them to, instead of first pick the Axe, to first pick a Tar hero, so that way they would have had a little bit more options.
10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron.
Okay.
You better pick your hero.
Yeah, Viper is not going to be fun. Like, Sniper does eventually get distance and can harass, and the change to Viper maybe makes it a little bit easier for Sniper, but the first 3 levels are going to be tough. But that Viper pick makes me think even more that this is going to be a CIS run at you strat.
They don't really have a good tower killer, though.
No, they do not. They do have one pick remaining. Spectre are going to come out here, so no Void for Ziggity, so they're going to go with the Spec instead. So that means that they need to last pick a support. I mean, Lion is the obvious choice here, unless it gets banned out.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
Spec actually could have a really tough time in this too. Like, if they decide to like pick a different mid hero and send, like, I'd almost send Viper +2 to the off lane just to go one-on-one against the Spectre and just constantly break her. Constantly break her.
Radiant team ban.
Honestly, Viper would be a good carry too for the same reason, because you just constantly break Axe. You'd never have to worry about spin.
Radiant team pick.
So it looks like LSC playing a little bit more for the mid to late game. They need a support that's going to be able to protect the Spectre. Disruptor, maybe? Nope. Just going to go with tried and true. Going with the Lion. And the Lifestealer comes out. I have to say, I really like this new meta draft.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think Lemon Snow Cones is hoping for late with that Spectre.
Yeah, that Spectre starts to get behind. It's not going to be easy, like maybe verging on impossible to catch up again. So this is going to be a very uphill battle, I feel, for LSC. Like, we've seen them do it in the past, but I've got to say that I really like this new meta draft. Like, probably like 65-35 in favor of new meta.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with new meta's team.
So we shall see here as the draft is over and we jump into game 2. This is, again, AD2L playoffs of Season 18 between New Meta and Lemon Snow Cones. Once more, it does not look like anybody has bought a smoke from either team. Little banter during a quick pause here. Lanes look to be fairly straightforward. Why didn't you ban X? No, I have to ban X. Lifestealer is a good pickup against this Axe 2. That open wounds, even with the spins, open wounds plus a rage is gonna do enough damage, do enough lifesteal that the Nikes can just kind of power through it. been more than 30 seconds, Star. So what do you think, Maniac, that LSC is going to have to do in order to keep the game stable and eventually win?
Protect the Spectre so she can farm well, and hope she can come online fast enough.
That might be difficult with just the Aegis in that, or just the Aegis Warren, the Lion in that game, that lane. Words. So both teams sending 3 towards the off lane, 2 towards the safe lane. Might try to contest this, but most likely not. I mean, Centaur really could. Like, the 3 bottom could definitely contest this and have a good chance at potentially getting a kill. Centaur is going to walk around here from the backside. A little harassed, getting exchanged in the top lane, but it doesn't look like New Meta is going to try for anything down here. Well, maybe now they are. Walking forward and from behind, the Centaur is going to... They're just going to force him off this. This is almost certainly going to be a rune going the way of the Dire. In the top lane, Snapped and Sheepy have taken up flanking positions. They do have a sentry here, and it looks like it might be 2 for 2 anyway. Yes, so... Yes, it will. And looks like Tar actually might
Tar's
get 2.
Get both.
So a nice little start for his game, as he then just uses TP to get to the mid lane. Doesn't want to bother with some of those pathing through those side forest areas. And here we go. Game 2 is underway.
Viper already just going in there at Tar.
He does have a bounty hunter coming at him from the back here, so he's going to take a lot of damage and actually in quite a lot of trouble here. Definitely overextended himself. First blood goes the way of Sheepy as he gets that attack in before the invis connects. So for those that don't know, you can actually get that bonus damage twice if you do it, if you time it correctly on the fade and when you come out. So good move by Sheepy. In the bottom lane, things are actually going quite well for Ziggity so far. He's 5-0. The Centaur is not far behind him, but you know, it's nice to see for him. It's nice to see for LSC that he's not getting forced off the lane or anything crazy. Snapped is backlining already, which is going to force the Silencer to kind of deal with him. Master Geek, the new stand-in here for New Meta, playing their carry position. Going to be forced to CS under the tower. Not going to be a huge deal for him. He can plant an Iron Branch and get that double regen here in a second. It's never fun to CS under that tower. No, he's not even going to eat the Iron Branch. Dots traded between Snapped and the Silencer, but now Sheepy's here. He's taking some good damage here from the Bounty Hunter. Can they kill him, though? He's going to get into the tower range. One more hit will do it. He's going to get aggro by the Creeps. Creeps doing a ton of damage. The Battle Hunger is going to connect. That Curse of the Arcane Curse, not going to be enough to kill him. The Silencer will go down. Axe will follow. And they want to go for Sheepy, but they're just not going to have the vision, I don't think, to do that. In the meantime, bottom lane here, Ziggity trading some damage up with the Centaur, and that is not going especially well for him. Down to 200 HP.
They did get the kill on Nyx when they dove a little too far under that tower and got a good double stun.
And now the open wounds and rage coming out from Master Geek. He wants to go on Snap, just not quite able to chunk through him fast enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I do think as levels increase, though, it benefits the Centaur more than the Spectre and Lion, so it'll give him a better chance to take over this lane.
Oh, this mid lane again, Viper is in some trouble as he goes forward through the shrapnel right into Sheepy, and the auto's coming out. Nope. Sheepy's just like, this is mine. Throws out the Shryukin and picks up his second kill of this game. So 2 kills and an assist for the Bounty Hunter. That is exactly what you want to see out of your roaming 4 support, as we have yet another pause lag being the culprit. So we will take a brief moment here to look. None of the items that have been pre-selected are too astounding. Lifestealer going to go for the armlet. Couple of Tranquil Boots being selected. It'll be interesting to see what Ziggity decides that he needs to go. If he's going to try to go for a Vanguard or an Urn before the Radiance, or what he's going to try to do with this. I think he needs some kind of regen. I don't know if they're going to have the damage potential to really haunt into many fights to make the Urn worth it. And apparently the lag issues continue for Tar. Pauses are hard. There's not really a lot going on at this point in the game. Spectre is getting good CS, even though he is kind of flirting with some low health issues. 20-0 at the moment. Lifestealer is doing very well. 17-8. Mid's pretty even. Offlane's pretty even. I mean, kind of a repeat of game 1, to be honest. And now we've got Silencer looking to maybe get a pull into the wave here. He's got that easy camp. Sheepy is rotated up into the top lane. I don't know if he and Axe can get a kill on the Lifestealer, but they might be willing to try here. Battle Hunger comes out. He's going to walk into it. He calls now through the open wounds. Master Geek's taking some pretty good damage, but should be able to just kind of walk away through this. He'll take a lot, but they're not going to be able to get up close enough to kill him. Now Silencer took a kind of an odd path. He's going to take some pretty decent damage of himself. The call will not connect, and now Snapped will take a couple shots from the tower. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Centaur-Nyx combination keep pushing this wave into the tower, which is really benefiting Ziggity a lot. If they could keep the creep aggro to where it was back a little bit further, I think that they would be able to do some damage, but pushing into the tower like that's just allowing Ziggity to get some farm. All quiet on the Dota front as of now. It was really exciting for the first couple minutes, and now people have kind of settled into a little bit more of a farming pattern. DD picked up by Sheepy. Wants to go into the mid lane here for the Viper again, who still does not have a sentry ward in this mid lane, so he is exposed to this if he walks out any further, and he's already pretty cautious about it. He knows that he can't really leave the vision of his tower at the moment, but he is going to walk forward, which is going to embolden Sheepy. Sheepy walks into that. The snipe is going to come out. The headshot will connect, and Shryukin picks up another kill for Sheepy. So 3 kills all on the Viper, who is having a tough time staying alive long enough to do any kind of CS. Master Geek has been kind of left alone here. I don't know that... Oh, he went for Bounty Rune. So Axe kind of left the lane there. Now he's going to swoop in from behind, but does not dare to go into that tower.
It's kind of interesting. Sniper didn't put any. Tar didn't put any take aim and extend his range. Going for more charges than the shrapnel early.
Yeah, I guess he's just not too afraid of the close range because he knows that Sheepy is, rotating in his lane quite a bit. Now they're going to go on to Axe here. The stun comes out from the Nyx. Call will call him forward. They're going to chase after him a little bit, but there's no way they're going to be able to pick him. Sentry is in range here. Curse will go out. Oh, and I miss a kill on the Centaur in the bottom lane. For shame, Legion. Which is a pretty big boon here for Ziggity. It creates some space for him to farm, gives him a little bit of gold, some experience. He does have Haunt now, and it does appear that he is going to go for the Vanguard and not the Urn to start with. So I think that's the best selection. Like I said, I don't know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Haunt kills in this game. Although there have been a couple. Mid lane, we've got Sheepy kind of taking up some experience while Tar is over in the jungle a bit. Now Tar's going to come back in here and try to show this this Viper. Sniper's going to show Viper what's up. Centaur trying to steal this easy camp stack, but Aegis Warren is not making it easy on him. Throws out multiple stuns. He will take a bulk of that camp. Has to throw out the double edge to get it. And then we'll just walk away to look for some kind of regen. He does have Tranks, so he will find it real quick here. Sheepy is on the move down towards this bottom lane. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. He's going to interrupt the Tranquil Boots a little bit. Now Aegis Warren's coming in here. Centaur has overstayed his welcome. The Hex will come out. The stun also. The Curse does connect, which will force them back. Ziggity now, he actually haunts into the tower. Now haunts towards, back a little bit towards the silencer, but does pick up that kill.
These lanes we thought were going to be very aggressive against these squishier LSC cores have just not been going their way.
Yeah, there has not been much movement. The Viper has been pretty over-aggressive into a lack of vision. And overall, things just going about as well as they can for LSC. Battle Hunger into the mid lane. The Nyx is going to TP in, but that just might be another kill. The ult isn't going to come out onto Tar here. Nice two-man stun, so they might be able to pick up this kill on Sniper, but no, the Shuriken bounces through. Tar will tick down to the poison damage, so it is a 1-for-1. The gold and XP going the way of new meta, so a pretty decent fight there from them. I thought that was going to go a whole lot worse with the angles of approach that LSC were taking there, kind of coming from all sides, but managing to save the day was the Nyx with the multiple man stun.
Lifestealer's almost done with his armlet. Has 3 blades of attack in his stash at the moment.
That'll be a big boon for him. He's just got to get this recipe, which he's not too far off. 150 gold. He'll have phase boots and the armlet. He'll be able to basically chase down whoever.
Zax does almost have his blink though, which I think he can start roaming around, and that'll, between him and the bounty hunter, I think they can get some good kills.
Yeah, especially if they use some smokes and try to, use other heroes. Like if they use Aegis Warren as bait to kind of like stay in a lane, gather experience, have Spectre maybe in a different one, and just kind of rotate through.
Lion is trying to hunt down the Centaur. Couldn't quite catch him.
Viper is enjoying some farm time underneath his tower, but man, this bounty hunter is just being a pest. Throws down a sentry, kills the sentry for the Viper, which is going to force him to play conservatively once more. Silencer is here as well. See if they want to try anything. In the bottom lane, a stun is going to come out onto the Centaur. The stomp is going to be interrupted by the Hex here, but the Lion will go down the double edge, bringing the Centaur pretty low. In the meantime, Snap goes down to the Axe. A nice Centaur ultimate there to get away, so it will end up being 2 kills going the way of new meta, bringing some gold and experience to the side of the Dire. Now mid lane, oh my goodness, that Shuriken just does so much damage. The shrapnel, the headshot, that is a dead Viper once more. 1 in 5. It has been a rough early game for this Viper. They need to get him some more help if they can do it, but the lanes are just under so much pressure right now. Lifestealer really the only one that can hold his own. And he's top lane. He wants to go for snapped again, and he's going to get him. Like, the phase boot armlet combination, just those items in combination with the open wounds is just absolutely crushing for a strength hero. Somewhere, oh, spot him. I miss the silencer picking up a kill onto the bounty hunter, so all of a sudden, new meta picking their game up, grabbing some kills, closing the gap. That said, though, this Viper is 2,000 gold behind Sniper. Not a good position for a hero that traditionally has a hard time farming in general. Now they're looking to go on the Centaur. But there is a Vendetta Nyx coming in here, so we'll have the stun. The ult comes out from the Centaur. The Shuriken not going to do enough damage. Centaur just, again, able to use that ult to get out by the skin of his teeth. He'll have to retreat, at least to let his tranks work, but I think he's going to head all the way back to base. He does have a Blink Dagger now, so just delivered to him. And now Lifestealer. Snapped really wants that Blink Dagger, but open wounds come out here. The armlet, turn your armlet on. You have to turn the armlet on. Nope. Still no armlet. I don't think he could do this without the armlet. Now Tar isn't available. And yeah, he definitely cannot do this. Getting chunked down by this Sniper. He's going to jump into a creep. Immediately pops out of it. Does not get any of the life. He needs to turn the armlet on. Ooh, does it just in time. Right as that headshot connects. Snaps now into the middle of things here. The Centaur has blinked in here. He wants to get a kill, but nope. Aegisworn says, get off my core heroes. So very kind of roundabout fight there. A pretty huge mistake, actually, by the Lifestealer to not activate the armlet when he was going on to the axe. He almost certainly could have killed him before Tar got there if he had the armlet on. Nyx is Vendetta up. He's pinging out onto Tar. He only has about 10-15 seconds probably left in Vendetta. He's going to have to be kind of careful with where he goes. Sheepy picks up a kill, and I don't know where he picked up that kill. Up in the top here, I guess. Silencer getting a little too big for his britches. 4K lead for LSE to start this game, so they are in a very good position, especially going up against a team that we thought was going to try to be really aggressive.
And Spectre's just standing and trading hits and winning against this. Oh, you might kill him.
Yeah, as he walks away from heroes, he's going to force out the ultimate. He does not want to re-engage here. The power of that Vanguard plus dispersion. Up in the top lane here, they're going on to the axe. And now the armlet's active, and now they will get a kill. So a good move here from new meta that we haven't pointed out is, as Invis Centaur is trying to go on to Tar there. I like the idea to rotate this Viper up into the safe lane. Obviously, with the tower down mid, it's going to be much safer to farm up there. Most of the sentries and such, as Centaur is now finding out, have been focused around the mid lane. And Can Tar guess correctly with the last one? No, he's not even going to try. So almost picks up the kill. But allowing him to come up here and then having the Lifestealer jungle is a really good call here. Lifestealer going to go for the Desolator next, so he's going to be really able to tear through some of these heroes for LSC.
Ziggity is getting really close to this relic, though, about 450 out now.
And that is going to be a huge problem because Lifestealer is not really a hero that you want to build MKB or something of that nature. The Vendetta will come out here onto Ziggity. The dagger does not connect with the spiked carapace. He picks up a kill in the top lane here as I'm trying to chase down this one. And this Viper is just having a rough go of it here. Sheeping him to TP into the bottom lane here. They want to try to maybe turn around on this tri-lane that has appeared down here. Lifestealer is actually going to backline. He's not afraid of these LSC heroes at all. He knows that all he needs to do is rage it up, which he will do, and then just casually walk away. Doesn't even need to activate the armlet. He just nice little rage and see you later, guys. Up in the top lane here, Snap and Tar want to kill this tower, but they don't have any creep action to help them. So Tar's just going to sit out of tower range. He will get stomped for his trouble. Oh, wow. The two-man... oh, it seemed like such a good idea, Centaur, but you knew that the axe was around there, so his blink initiation gets blink initiated on, and he will go down. This tower will for sure go down now. In the bottom lane, Master Geek wants to go for something, but just not quite able to get on top of anybody. The mid lane, Viper's trying to pick up a tower here. Tar is going to TP into this lane, throws out a shrapnel, and will be able to clear that wave very, very quickly.
Courier does now have the relic for Ziggity here in a sec. So closing in pretty quick on that.
Axe almost has blade mail as well. Like this is going to be.
If they do bring 4 down bottom, Spectres can go down.
Alt not quite able to do anything there. So 4 heroes will do the job. They will kill the Spectre, and they did not delay his. I mean, the good news for LSE, they did not delay that relic time at all. Oh, now the blink on Aegisworn. I think he is going to take one for the team here. Goodbye, my friend. He takes the death so that Snapped may live. Snapped, you owe Aegisworn a Coke now. I don't know why, but that seems like a good trade. Viper's just trying to get anything that he can. He wants to catch up. He's quite a long ways behind. 3 cores from LSC are really taking off here. And with Blade Mail on the Axe and Radiance coming up here on Ziggity, I don't know how New Meta is going to deal with this. A nice 2-man call here. Picks up the Lifestealer, and Vendetta will save the Nyx. The silence now is going to force people back. Axe will go down. Aegisworn tried to save his buddy again, but stunned through the rage. Nothing he could quite do about it. It looks like New Meta want to meet up in Shrine now. And then maybe get some kind of movement going on afterwards. Vendetta has a little bit of time left on it. Probably about 10, 12 seconds. I don't know that they're going to be able to get in position for anything now. There are still 4 bot, 1 mid. Meantime, Tar is up in this top lane farming up a storm as well. I mean, his items don't look incredibly impressive like the Lifestealers does. But he's got a very good start on this game. Only about 700 gold away from Hurricane Pike.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Centaur's picked up a hood now.
It'll be a good pickup for him. Help with that shrapnel. Help with the Aegis Warren. Not really going to help with... I mean, it'll help with the Radiance too, I suppose, but... In the mid lane here, Snap's maybe in some trouble, but no, the Vendetta... The Vendetta that looked like it was going to give him a little bit of trouble gets turned on by Tar as he just chunks down the Nyx. And that'll be a kill for LSC.
Do you like the line going straight for Blink, or would you rather see a Force Staff just so he could get out of away from the Lifestealer and he could help his teammates get away from Lifestealer?
I think I would almost always prefer Force Staff, but I'm pretty sure that like every game that I've watched Aegis Warren play Lion, he's gone Blink first. So it doesn't surprise me that that's what he's decided to go, but I think that you're right. I think Force Staff is better. Tar's on a crazy killing spree here. He's got those illusions and just picks up a double kill with them. Viper's going to try to push the tower here into the top lane and may actually be able to succeed with that. Master Geek's getting got on now. Now he's going to get called. The silence will come out, but it's too late. Blade Mail and Tar just destroying that Lifestealer. He wants to go for the silencer as well, but he's going to settle for clearing this creep wave instead. Probably wants to de-aggro here. Sniper is not the hero you want tanking those tower shots. So the tier 1 tower will go down for Viper, but a tier 2 is going to be the exchange, and honestly, they could chip on high ground a little bit here. They know, okay, the Viper is TPing back, so now they're going to instead go back and defend the top lane. They're going to go defend mid lane. They're going to settle in. Radiance is finished up for Ziggity. He'll have Manta probably in like the next 5 to 7 minutes. Tar's got Hurricane Pike going for the Mjolnir next. He's got enough for the Hyperstone. Will pick it up here. Yeah, he picks it up, so now he's just 400 gold away from that. And these cores are starting to get out of control for LSC.
Not only was that a triple kill for Tar, that was also a triple track. All 3 who died were tracked.
That is a buttload of money going out there. Like, that is definitely the advantage of having Bounty Hunter on your team. Like, I don't know that Bounty Hunter is necessarily the best hero in like the pro scene or even in pubs.
The line is just blown up in about 2 seconds.
But that's Lion's job in this game. He doesn't get to be secret carry in every game.
Just gotta eat those ganks, so Sniper's not.
In here. He's got a good opportunity to get a multiple hero call, but gonna bounce out instead. Sniper gets gone on by the Centaur. This fight is just kind of getting split up. Tar's gonna Force Staff himself through the trees here. Now Ziggity's gonna come into the middle of this thing here. Lifestealer will get called, which will allow Tar to turn and start shooting at the Centaur. He'll bring the Centaur down. Master Geek wants to go for this, but he's just getting kited by him. He will die as well. Tar picks up a double kill on and includes the most farmed hero for the Dire.
Oh, now they see
the Nyx. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I did not think that was going to be enough damage, but they picked triple kill coming out for Tar, and this guy is out of his mind right now. 8-1-7. This is exactly the start that you want as a sniper. This is an easy tier 2 tower. If anybody else gets caught, it could be tier 3 as well. Look at that sniper. He's dead as well, and it's a track kill. Again, godlike streak coming out from Tar. And all of a sudden, the gold lead is 10K in favor of LSC. And look at that graph, how it just explodes over the last, like, 2 minutes. And the experience over the last probably 5 has just catapulted in favor of LSC. This is definitely their game to lose right now. Aegis Warren does have the blink, and he's going for that Aether Lens next, so not super worried about getting open wounds and dying. I think he's just going to accept his fate when it comes to that. Bounty Hunter does have a Force Staff, so he'll be able to save himself and or a buddy. Nyx was looking for Sheepy, but the Invis comes out instead. He's going to follow the Centaur. He tracks him up, gives away his position, at least for the moment. Snap sees him as well. The stun comes out onto Sheepy. Now a Sentry Ward going to get laid down. Another track's going to come out here. Centaur's going to die, like almost certainly here. He throws out the ult. It doesn't matter. Sheepy's going to go down to Master Geek. No, he's not. The call comes out and saves him. Now he's just going to walk around, and he's going to pick up some experience there. Global Silence is used, but the Nyx is tracked up. Can Tar keep him in range here? The Shrapnel will slow him down a little bit. The blink forward from Aegis Warren into the Hex now. Uphill trying to get some shots, and Tar again picks up that kill and is beyond godlike. 3 more heroes down, and the lead increases from 10 to 14,000 gold in favor of LSC.
Yeah, normally those kills being this far ahead wouldn't do much, but with that Bounty Hunter, it is just catapulting them forward more and more.
Yeah, and Sheepy, I don't know that he's missed. Like, I think the Lifestealer wasn't tracked because he was raged up, but I think beyond that, like, I don't think he's missed a hero yet.
I don't think so either.
So, huge benefit for LSC. Would be very interesting to see how much gold he has given his team in this game. And now he's going to kind of scout things out. It looks like New Meta is aware that the Roche is going down. The pings are going to come out from Roche. The blink through things there. Tar needs to pick this up.
The Dire did get the kill.
Okay, the Dire get the kill. Tar snatches the Aegis. Master Geek, though, just gets kited down. And this is the problem with Lifestealer when you've got something going on like this. Tar may be in a little trouble. He does have the Aegis. A nice mech comes out here. He can Hurricane Pike himself away at any time if he wants to. And
he doesn't
even need to. He picks up a triple kill here. Preserves the Aegis. The only hero with buyback is the Lifestealer. This is definite chip damage onto the tier 3 tower. So it's 2 for 5. The Aegis intact still. It was a great mech coming out from Sheepy, who just picked that item up to save his buddy and allow this to turn the way that it has. I don't know that they're going to want to stay too long after the tower goes down, but tower opens up the shrines. Shrines much easier targets, and yeah, they're just going to back up immediately. And another mech does get popped there. So they're just going to choose to play it safe, back up, reset the map, and go from there. This time I am support Lion. Yes. Yes, you are, my friend. 12 assists. Nyx, he really wants to make something happen here. I think, though, that time for the solo Nyx kills, that opportunity has kind of passed by. I don't think he can kill the Lion even.
I don't think he can by himself. He has to have that Lifestealer bomb in him.
And that's tough because the Lifestealer, he's just getting kited around. He needs to be able to pick up some item to help him not get kited so much. The Vendetta stun will come out now, but a call onto the Nyx will come out. Master Geek wants to go for the sniper. He gets Hurricane piked back. Snow's Tar maybe some trouble here. He will go down the first time. Snap's trying to get in there to get the call to save his buddy, but not going to happen. Sheepy takes some poison attack damages. Tar now maybe in a little bit of trouble. He throws up the shrapnel. Force staffs up and then gets force staffed down by Sheepy. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know what happened there, but somehow he gets force staffed up and down the cliff. Dies for it, and now New Meta kind of on the chase here. The Centaur is being a little bit crazy, though. This is an easy kill for Ziggity. Double kill picked up for the Spectre, so it is 3 for 4. 4 for 4 if you count the Aegis. And with LSC being so far ahead, New Meta actually wins that fight, even though they lose it. And Lifestealer, or not Lifestealer, Silencer, I don't know why I said Lifestealer, but Silencer and Nyx, the only things defending this base from a very farmed Ziggity. And look at
Oof.
those illusions almost killed Nyx. The fort will get forced out here. Probably a good time for Ziggity to leave, but no, he's not going to. He really wants to kill this range barracks. Gets used up, which is actually going to end the curse. I'm not 100% sure why the Silencer did that, but maybe he's just trying to buy time for his team to get here. The range racks will go down. The melee barracks will take some damage. The TP coming out from the Lifestealer will be too late. Aegisborn has this creep wave pretty high pushed up in the top lane here. They could definitely take a shrine and then take that top tower if they decide to, but it looks like they're going to be a little bit more conservative and just kind of farm the jungle.
Honestly, at this point, I think they could just take the shrine, top tower, and then just sit behind the sniper and let him go to town on those buildings.
Yeah, and he's got Lincolns now, and contrary to last game, I think Lincoln's is actually really good this game because open wounds and the Viper ultimate are definitely snipers' like two biggest fears at this point. And so instead of having to block like 6 or 7 abilities, it only has to really block 3. Like, blocks the stun from the Nyx, or the open wounds, or the Viper ult.
They're going for the Silencer. He's gonna get chopped. Bonk.
Track
Dunk.
Culling Blade. Some decent gold going that way. Master Geek wanted to go for Tar, but 4-staff Shrapnel going to stop that. Shrine is down to about 10% health. And in the meantime, Sheepy here, he's farming away. A Stormtube being involved in all these track kills has gotten him a really fast Greaves. Like, he got mech like 2 fights ago, has Greaves, and is looking to build up a Lotus Orb. So Lotus Orb plus the Lincolns on Sniper means he's basically going to be immortal. Hex now onto the Centaur. Snap did miss the jump, but it doesn't matter. A spin, and Tar's right click's going to end the life of that offlaner. Ooh, Sheepy actually walks right into a freshly planted sentry ward. He is maybe going to die. He killed the first sentry with his Quelling Blade, but couldn't get rid of the second one in time, so he does fall. Oh my goodness. You know you're behind when you're getting 1,000 gold and 3,000 experience from a bounty hunter kill. Now we've got Haunt forward here. The Global Silence will connect, but Lifestealer is taking a ton of damage here. 4-staff forward for Tar, and he is dead. 75 seconds out. Oh, the Silencer gets taken out by a combination of Battle Hunger and Finger of Death. The Nyx is just getting chunked away here by Tar. Tar walks in, he's like, I want that kill, but then it realizes that he should just take these objectives. So this is an easy barracks. They can
Maybe even bottom.
Bottom here. The creeps are a little bit further away than they probably like, but they could definitely get him there in a heartbeat. Lifestealer does have buyback now. He doesn't want to use it. I think he's going to have to, though, if they go for this
Sniper's
next
gotta
set.
be careful here.
Tar is going to get stomped. The Lincolns will get broken by the double edge. Nice stun here from the Nyx, but the 4-staff up the hill. The Viper's now there. He picks up a kill. Good bounty going the way of the Sniper. Now can they get Aegisborn as well? He picks up a couple of these poison attacks, and there goes another one. He goes down as well. So that's 1,000 gold in bounties going the way of that Viper, who has been in desperate need of gold for quite a while. Still 5,000 gold behind Ziggity and 4,000 behind the Sniper. Abyssal Blade on Ziggity now. And
That was a 3,500 gold change from those 2 people.
and they still have a 20k lead. I mean, this is still like LSE could bleed away these kills for another 10 minutes and probably still have 10 to 15k gold lead. The illusions will be enough to kill that last tier 1 tower, or tier 2 tower rather. So the only outer building left for the Dire is this bottom shrine, and it looks like Sheepy wants to take care of that as well as he makes his way up here, tracks up the Viper, wants to be able to know where he's going, actually forces the Viper back a little bit. as well as that Nyx TP. He does not have Vendetta. Does have a gem on the way. That could be incredibly dangerous for him. I understand why he thinks that he needs it. The field dust would be safer.
It would be much safer because you do not want to lose that as Nyx.
Dire kind of grouped up here. They're going to look to smoke. Does not appear so. They do not have one intel.
That force field leads me to believe that
Oh my goodness. They actually fortified for that. I think that is a pretty huge misplay right there. Like, that shrine is not worth your fortify. Like, if you lose a fight now, you lose at least one, if not both, of your remaining sets of racks.
They can just come in and kill that shrine here, like, anytime anyone leaves it, pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think that's the hill you want to die on, but they elected to use that fort. Ziggity should have seen that bounty rune disappear, so he probably knows that Nyx is in the area. A lot of time left on this Vendetta, and he's just going to, like, Radiance burn him. Throws down the illusions and then kind of wanders back towards the jungle. Nyx really wants to do something, and he's got Centaur and the Silencer rotating down this way, but I don't know. Okay, he pinged it out that time, so he knows for sure that they're around. Sheepy's walking around without the invis. He's going to get stomped on. Ziggity could jump in with a haunt, but no, he's just going to let his 4 support die. So that will be 525 gold going the way of Nyx. That's a huge bounty for a bounty hunter. Snapped, doing his best to kind of split push his way up here. We're going to run into a Viper. Sees him and blinks forward. Not going to get broken by the corrosives. What is that called now? The nether toxin. It's called the same thing. I just couldn't think of it. Another Roshan being attempted here for LSC. I don't think they should have any problem with this, as their 2 damage dealers are in the pit along with Aegis Warren, and that Rosh is just melting away. So you're having a hard time killing these heroes once, try doing it a second time. Tar picks up the Aegis, Ziggity picks up the cheese, and you now have 2 core heroes that can do lots of damage and have 2 lives. Snap's going to get gone on here. He will get stunned up. The Nether Toxin plus the Viper ult will go out. Snapped will fall. Ziggity did actually come into there. He got broken into the middle of that as well, but the Viper taking a ton of damage. The cheese will save Ziggity's life. Now a stun onto the Nyx. There is a buyback available for the Viper, and he will most likely have to use it. This Nyx goes down. He as well has buyback, and LSC in really good position here to force a couple buybacks, potentially win this game. And there's that gem. We talked about how dangerous that was for the Nyx. Gem now on Ziggity, so that is going to be very difficult to deal with for this Nyx. He's not going to be safe in those Vendettas at all anymore. Ziggity just going to front line here. Tar hitting from the back line. He will Manta out of the... God, I'm the worst today. Out of the last word. And
they're having troubles killing that illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, that does not bode well for your base when you're struggling to kill the Spectre illusions. And they can just sit here and just safely chip this as much as they want to. Oh, reflects the damage back. Now this jumps in here. This could be Aegis. A nice 2-man stun from Aegis Warren here. The Force Staff to get him back out of range. Tar taking a lot of damage. Actually will tick down to the return from the Centaur. But the Centaur is going to die as well. 4 are dead now. Centaur buys back. Viper can, but he's only 10 seconds away from respawn now. Master Geek wants to go in after things. He might be able to pick up the Aegis Warren, but no. He gets forced from Tar. And top barracks will go down. Bottom barracks in a lot of trouble here as well. I just not really sure how they're going to be able to defend this. They want to go in after Tar. Tar's going to Hurricane and Pike himself forward. They're still running after him. The poison attack's coming out. He does get broken by the Nether Toxin, and they will be able to kill him. He does go down there. A big bounty going the way of the Viper. Now Master Geek wants to go after Aegiswarn. He rages up and will pick up that kill as well. So Viper picks up a double kill. Now he's going up against the Axe. Axe going to Calling Blade him down. So a 3 for 3 is the trade there. Ziggity down here at the shop, not really 100% sure what he was doing throughout that. Maybe he just got separated from the team or something, but he buys a Scotty, just outright finishes his Scotty. Got 3,500
extra.
Yeah, I mean he's so rich at this point. Like, I mean, he could pick up like a butterfly. Or a heart, even. I think maybe the heart would be better. Picks up a heart and just they kill themselves all by hitting him. Get blade mail, maybe, you know. Get a heart, put the gem to somebody, give the gem to somebody else. Oh, which is he threw it on the ground. So now you just buy blade mail and a heart. You don't need boots. You're Spectre. You can just haunt around and just murder people by them attacking you. Okay, so if you are new meta, how do we get back into this game? Can we get back into this game? I mean, it's going to be...
You hope that LSC makes a mistake and overextends and, like, feeds their team away.
Yeah, I think you need to smoke. I think you need to smoke, 5-man smoke, somewhere outside, catch 1 or 2 people overextended, and do that 5 more times. Unfortunately, they definitely don't have that many smokes in stock because they haven't been buying them, and that is something that I've seen a lot at not just this level, but in a lot of like. Even like anything but pro matches, is that there are a lot of supports that don't just stockpile smokes, which is a really big disadvantage for your team because then there's just constantly 3 and they're not respawning. So if you just buy them, and even if you're keeping them in your backpack or your stash, you're accumulating more smokes so that when you get into a situation like this, I think they respawn every 10 minutes, so you could have 7 smokes in tow instead of 3. But we see this. I see it a lot where smokes just, for whatever reason, aren't purchased, except when people think that they're going to need them, which is just not very efficient.
This is their chance to take out Tar here.
Yeah, he is definitely overextended. He will go down. Ziggity is going to haunt through things here, and look at his images are just wreaking havoc on this silencer. He won't try to go for anything, so they do defend this bottom racks at least for now. Did Tar just, like, buy back? How did he instantly... Oh, did he not die?
He did not.
Oh. He must have
They spent their whole time going for the bounty hunter.
Okay. I thought that he died, but apparently he just TP'd out there, so... Huh.
I thought Lion was going to die. Lion was the one they went on down there. Tar had backed up quick enough. Lion with his Link Scepter Aether Lens.
It is the Aegiswarn special. LSE just kind of content right now. Should probably just wait for Roshan. It's only up a minute and a half until it comes up, and it will have that that coveted refresher shard, which probably goes to Ziggity. Double haunt is going to be a ton of damage.
Oh my god,
Aegiswarn picks up the courier snipe. Ooh, nice. So Snap's picking up the Aeon disc. I like. So he's going to be able to have a chance to get some spells off, even if he gets chain stunned. Becomes immortal, at least temporarily immortal, once he hits 20% HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aegisworn does get seen out here. Vendetta is going to connect. Oh, nice reaction on the Hex. But now the call will connect onto the Nyx. The two-man stun as well. And Ziggity's going to haunt into the middle of this thing here. All of a sudden, we could have we've got 3-on-5 here, but it's still forcing new meta back. The AoE Hex not going to connect on any heroes. The Abyssal Blade does get used on the Viper, but Ziggity immediately walks back as he knows that he's broken, and Tar isn't quite there yet, but now the headshot's going to come through. It won't kill the Nyx Assassin, but they're going to go onto the Viper instead. Global Silence does come out, which temporarily forcing people back. A nice two-man stun here from the Centaur. Nyx is doing some pretty good work here onto him. The Aeon Disc does temporarily come up, and long enough for him to pick up the kill onto the Lifestealer. A double kill comes out from Ziggity here, who is fairly low, but they force a Lifestealer buyback. They're killed the Centaur. He's down for almost 2 minutes. They could definitely re-engage back into this, and they look to be doing just that. The Hex is going to come out, nice and stun, and the head shot will take down the Nyx. Now they want to go for Sheepy. The curse is going to come out, but they're just not able to do this. The Viper getting chunked down by the illusions will take a dagger as well. Silence just taking all kinds of damage. Now Ziggity's just like, you know what? I'll just come in here and kill you. Viper goes down. He buys back immediately, but this is Mega Creeps. It doesn't matter. New meta just crumbling under the incredible amounts of damage that are coming out here. Master Geek wants to go in on Tar, but Tar just force-taps himself away here. Ziggity's going to get ulted by the Viper now. He's broken as well. Shoryuken's going to bounce through here with the Tar damage from Tar, and the Bounty Hunter going to end his life. Master Geek actually in a lot of trouble as well. Can he get procs? Tar wants those procs. He wants them so much, but he's not going to be able to get them. Now the illusion's going in onto the Sniper. Not going to be able to kill him either, and this is just fountain fishing while the Ancient dies, and GG indeed as LSE manages to even up the series. Maniac, what do you expect to see going into Game 3?
Not trying the run at you lineup that doesn't run at you.
Yeah, that was we both kind of agreed that we liked that new meta lineup a little bit more, but they didn't really play to what we thought the strategy was going to be. They lost their lanes, and Tar just kind of got out of control. So we will let that be that. Ladies and gents, stick around with us. We will be back one more time to send one of these teams into, I believe, the semifinals or maybe the finals of Season 18 of AD2L playoffs. Stick around. We shall be back.
pick your hero, you moron. Yeah, 5 seconds You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left. You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
Hello, ladies and gents. We are back here for Game 3 between Lemon Snow Cones and New Meta. I am your play-by-play guy, Legion 170, and I am joined, as I have been for the last 2 games, by the delightful Maniac. Maniac, as we look at the picks and bans coming out here, anything surprise you?
Pick your hero, you moron.
The new meta decided to take the axe from Lemon Snow Cones this game.
Yeah, so instead of allowing that to go through to the second pick, where it likely would have gotten picked up there, and also surprising to me is that Tar first picked the sniper, so he was so impressed with how well that worked that he was like, you know what, let's do it again.
I really like Clockwork.
Yes, Clock is a great hero. I think he's super versatile too, like being able to switch between that 4 spot and the 3 spot. Like almost certainly Snapped will play him in the off lane, but he is a good, just very versatile hero, provides good vision, which is just so important in this game, and able to just kind of do a lot of things at once. So, new meta, all about this Ancient Apparition. Is this the game that we get to see Alk? I don't think this is a good game for Alk. Clock Sniper present a lot of problems for him. Honestly, Clock Sniper are going to present a lot of problems for a lot of heroes. I mean, Axe is going to have to do a very good job of hiding in the fog before he blinks in. Like, he's going to have to be in locations that the sniper's not going to be able to shrapnel or the rocket flare's not going to hit. He's going to have to hide and get good calls. Ancient Apparition is going to have to be on point with his ultimates. They've got a lot of mobility from Lemon Snow Cones, a lot of ways to kill you. And it's only 2 picks into the draft here. I would imagine that we'll see either a Bounty Hunter or Ricky Morrow picked up in the next phase for Sheepy.
I think I like Ricky a little more than Bounty, because I know Bounty gives the track gold, but I think Ricky's a little strong. He's a little stronger. He just doesn't provide gold for the rest of the team.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I think Ricky, just his skill set overall is probably more valuable. I know that, you know, they definitely snowballed off that gold in the last game, but being able to get those silences, get a backline pick on an Ancient Apparition maybe could be very valuable. But it doesn't matter because the Bounty Hunter got banned out, actually. So
Ooh, a Zeus.
Zeus picked up, so a little anti-invis here, but I would imagine they might just pick through it anyway. We will see. They did ban out the Alchemist. Probably a good safety ban, especially if they didn't really feel that there was anything else they needed to ban. But like we talked about, I didn't think this was a real great Alchemist lineup for new meta. Alchemist is not going to win a lane against Sniper. He could win a lane against Axe. Or no, against Clockwork. I mean, Axe is on his team.
Do you think Clock will be an offlane though? I know he's been played in Force a lot lately.
He has. I've never seen Sheepy play him, I don't think. But I think he could be either way. I think Snapped or Sheepy could play him. I mean, heck, Ziggity could play him too. Although I would be kind of surprised if they did go in that direction. It will be interesting to see what they go for Zig. If they're going to try the Spectre again, which could be dangerous against the Ancient Apparition and the Axe, or if they're going to try to go something more like the Void. There are good chrono targets here. They've got good
Void
setup with
was
the
first
clockwork.
banned.
Oh, yes, he was. So, what else is available for them? Jakiro.
Jakiro.
Okay, so
Good tower
probably
push if
not a clockwork support then. I would be surprised.
probably not.
But yeah, good tower push, good team
Alt
fight.
is very strong.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Picks coming here from new meta. They need a carry and another support. It seems like they're trying to go team fight. So maybe like a Shadow Shaman as the support. Or I think Disruptor is too... I don't know. It might be okay. I think I like Shadow Shaman better, though.
For new meta?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'd give them a tower pushing ability that they are very lacking at this point.
Taking a lot of time here with this. Curious to see what direction they're going to decide to go on. If they're picking 2 picks here, or if they're just arguing over what they want to do with this carry position. Erebus did well with the Dragon Knight in Game 1 and then took Game 2 off. And they're actually going to pick up the Spectre. So going global here. We've got old school Dota, the Zeus Spectre, Ancient Apparition. Looking to get some global pickoffs. I do like the strategy.
10 seconds to pick your
I mean,
hero.
if that, you know, if the sniper's by himself or the clockwork's by himself and gets kind of low, all of a sudden, you know, you can get haunted, ulted from the Zeus, ice blast. Like, things can happen in a hurry with this team, but it is going to be very difficult to protect this Spectre. They need a hero that's a little more defensive than Ancient Apparition. There goes the Shaman.
They have a lot of push right now.
Yeah, I really like this LSC lineup. I'm not going to lie. Tons of
Push early, push fast.
Push, team fight. They've got pick-off potential.
Oh, man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Sniper gives them a late game potential.
Seconds, Morty.
I mean, there's a lot of good synergy here with like a Luna too. Like, she's also got good push potential. Comes online reasonably fast. Good team fight hero as well. Doesn't stand up super well against the Axe, but probably well enough.
Dire team pick.
Venno gets banned and Coddle. Interesting last bans. The Coddle is a pretty great ban. Clink?
Clink.
Okay.
That adds push.
Yeah, push, pick off potential, pretty decent team fight. Another hero that's not going to really stand up against the Axe very well, but I guess they're just going to work on staying spread. I mean, they've got 4 ranged heroes. If Clockwork can, like, hook shot onto the Axe and maybe get him +1 into cogs, like, that's just going to be death for those heroes. Like, you'll have wards and the searing arrows and shrapnel and Jakiro ultimate. Like, anyone in cogs will just die. So the last pick coming out here for new meta needs to be a support hero. Or maybe not. Okay, so support Windranger? Or support Zeus? It'll be support Zeus. Okay, I don't care for that.
I
Personally.
don't either.
I wonder what the
have never been a
thinking
fan of
is there.
support Zeus.
I guess that Windranger is probably a little bit better of a lane against Sniper, but I don't know. I really kind of question that last pick, but I guess we'll find out. I think both of us are probably leaning towards the LSC lineup.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely am a little skeptical of Clinks as a hero overall, but and it does appear we'll get a little bit of a role reversal into this game as Snapped will be playing the Clinks, so he'll be playing the carry, and Ziggity will be playing the offlane Clockwork. So here we go into Game 3 of this playoff series of Season 18 of the AD2L.
What do you think about an aggro try for LSC?
Again, no smokes. So...
And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yep. Safe lane Clock is really good, and he doesn't really have to worry that much about the axe. Like, he can just cogs axe away. Doesn't have to worry about spins that much. I think this is actually a really, really smart laning decision.
Yeah, I think that Spectre's going to have to switch lanes almost immediately. And if she does that, they could just use that free TP and switch back.
And I just looked at the bracket. This is the semifinal game. So the winner of this game goes to the finals, the grand finals of the AD2L Season 18 playoffs, which will be, I believe, a best-of-5 series played next week. So smoke does come out from LSC here in this bottom lane. They definitely want to contest this bottom rune, maybe even try to pick up first blood. Target dash down into the camp here. Aegis Warren needs to be the guy that goes first as he's got Shackle. For the backside, Sheepy is going to break his smoke. He's going to find Erebus here hiding up on the high ground. Aegis Warren is going to get the Shackles coming out here now. Ancient Apparition, not a whole lot he can do. He throws out the Cold Feet, wants to get Sheepy stunned. Sheepy might be able to just walk out of this. No, he's not quite able to. They're not going to be able to get Erebus either. It doesn't look like the Shrapnels will come in, but they probably will get the first blood here on Ancient Apparition, and yes, they will. Sheepy draws first blood, and what a start we have here to Game 3. A little bit blood right as the horn sounds, and then the TP's back into lane there, now into the bottom line here. Are they going to get Spectre? They do. They get Aegis Warren in return, and maybe Sheepy too, but not what you want to have happen to your carry. He dies almost instantly here. Ends up being a 2-for-2. So pretty much a wash with a slight, ever so slight advantage going to LSC. So this aggro try going to go up against Spectre. This is really going to make Spectre's life difficult. Like, tri-lane against tri-lane, like, Aegis Warren gets the Shackles in here, and already, look at the damage they're dealing. Aegis Warren is taking a lot of damage. Might die again here. Snaps is CSing. He needs to attack this Spectre. He probably could kill him here, and he might still be able to. One more arrow is going to get him, but now he's going to die as well.
Very action-packed start.
That's what happens when you have tri-lanes like that. I think with a little bit more coordination, LSC definitely could have run that a little bit more effectively. But, you know, the tower, or the creeps are not going to push under their tower. They're going to be able to get some free experience, some good levels coming in here. Sheepy is the only hero down in this lane that's level 2 on the side of the Radiant. Meanwhile, Spectre having to trudge his way back from base once more. It's been a rough start for him. Up at the top lane here, Axe is going to get cogs back away from Ziggity, who then just casually walks back into the lane to do a little bit of CS. In the bottom lane here, we got more pings. Erebus wants to go for something here. Liquid Fire will connect with the Zeus, which of all the things there, that's probably the best thing that could happen. Aegis Warren looking for some harass, uses the level 1 Ether Shock. I guess it's 140 damage, but probably best to just wait, save mana for level 2. Anything surprising you out of this lane matchup so far, Maniac?
Not really. I thought it would kind of favor LSC a little more, but it's been pretty even so far.
Yeah, I've been surprised at how well they've actually been able to manage this bottom lane. You know, Zeus and Ancient Apparition aren't exactly defensive supports.
Yeah. Zeus is quickly running out of mana, though, so his effectiveness is gonna run short here.
Oh, and Erebus going to walk into the side shop and find a couple of supports here. Sheepy's going to throw out the Dual Breath and the Liquid Flame. Then they're just going to turn onto the Zeus because he's going to be the easier kill. He will go down. Erebus still into the trees over here. Does not have Dagger. He's going to try to turn onto Sheepy here, but he's going to take some Searing Arrows out from the vision here. Sheepy actually walks back into that thing. Probably a mistake there. He throws another Liquid Flame. They know that he's back here. He doesn't have a way to get out at this moment unless he wants to TP. And so he's just going to munch his way through some trees with his Cloying Blade, and he will finally get out of there and be able to get back. But a little bit of a rough go here. 0-2 in terms of CS is the Spectre, now 1-2. So he gets his first CS at almost 4 minutes. Not what you want your hard carry Spectre to be looking at this point in the game. Or at any point in the game, really.
Spectre's gonna have to go back to base.
Yeah, he needs to... Oh, man. He doesn't even have boots. Honestly, he probably should just TP now so that he can get healing, so that he can come back a little bit faster. It's going to be a rough journey for him. 4-3, while this Clink's sitting at 11-3. So not blowing up the world either, but in the meantime, Tar is doing pretty dang well in his lane, and the Clockwork 19-10 up in the top. So getting some good levels. I mean, he's going to be level 6 in less than a minute, probably. We'll get a call here under the tower for the axe. He gets a couple spins off. Ziggity's not caring too much about that, though. This wave should get him 6, so even a shorter amount of time than I thought. He cogs the axe back just to be a little bit of an annoyance here, and he has reached level 6, so this is the point now where if you really want to, you can maybe loosen the pressure a tiny bit onto that bottom lane. Send one of those supports up to the top, like a Jakiro. I think that would be probably a good move. Send the Jakiro up there, let him get some levels on farm, and let that Clockwork roam on mid and bot. That hook shot could just devastate this bottom lane. The Shackles are going to come out here, followed by the Dual Breath. Snap's not going to throw out some arrows because he's kind of getting zoned out by the supports. Erebus, though, does take a lot of damage for that. He bought a new set of Tangos when he's back in base, so that's just not going to be enough, though. Another Searing Arrow, another Dual Breath, and look at his damage. Like, his health just ticked down almost all the way down under 100 HP before that Tango regen sets in. And he is just struggling to do anything at this point. As I switch over maybe here to net worth, and we can see that the lowest farm here on the game currently is that Spectre. He is just not having a good day. That said, in the mid lane, Tar is not winning this lane by a whole lot in terms of gold. He does
Spec's
have
going
a level.
down.
Oh, and I missed a kill in the bottom lane there as Spectre goes down once more. That's 3 deaths already for him in this bottom lane. Snap's going to throw some Searing Arrows to the way of the Zeus here. Knock him under half HP as well. And, in the top lane, Ziggity with the help of the tower there. And a nice Battery Assault Rocket Flare combo picks up the axe kill. So this game starting off is not looking too hot for new meta. Like I said, early kills don't matter a ton, but if they start to snowball into free farm and easy tower kills, that could definitely change. Tar's now got 2 levels on this Wind Ranger. Well, one maybe and a little bit more than that.
This bottom lane's gonna go get some efficiency in this shrine.
Yeah. 4 heroes rotating in here. Tar's like, hey, we're going to shrine anyway. I can kill some forest creeps. So 4-man shrine there. Clink's getting called missing. Shaman getting called missing. They're maybe expecting some kind of rotation toward this Wind Ranger. She's going to go up and grab a haste rune. And things kind of maybe settle down now in the bottom lane. Sheepy throws out Liquid Flame, and there's some shackles onto the Zeus. The Cold Feet will put a quick end to that, as he does not want to get stunned in the middle of things there. But the Radiant heroes are all fairly low on life, and now shackles are going to come out again here. Zeus is very, very low. An auto attack from AD2L is actually going to pick up that kill. Now Dual Breath and Liquid Flame and Searing Arrows might take down this Spectre, actually. Shackles come in on to AA as Axe dies into the top lane. AA is definitely going to die here. 1-2 attacks come out from Snapped. A nice bolt here. Can they get the kill? The tower will pick up that kill onto Snapped, and look at how low Erebus is, 20 HP.
Oh,
but now Sheepy's coming back through. The Dual Breath is going to connect with him. He tries to wand up, but he's just going to tick down damage. He thought that he had played that perfectly, and he almost had. Sheepy just being a little bit of a pest. Can the lightning bolt stop this? It does. Nice. Good.
There was just like 0.2 or 0.3 seconds left on that TP.
Very good. Very good bolt from the Zeus there, allowing some decent gold and experience the way of new meta. Ziggity just being allowed to kind of free farm it up in this lane now. He's got Blade Mail. Interesting to see what he's going to go next. I would expect like Force Staff, but he could just try to decide that, hey, I'm tearing it up right now. I'm just going to go for Ags. But I think Force Staff's probably the safer choice. Force Staff into Ags. Or you can be like me and be super crazy, and when you're snowballing out of control as Clockwork, buy Armlet. It sounds crazy, but if you get enough farm, if you get enough farm, you can do it in pubs anyway. Probably not in like an actual fight. Aw. And the Zeus goes down to Snapped here. As I missed that one. Thought maybe something was going to go onto the top lane. Erebus is no longer the least charmed hero in the game. He has passed the Ancient Apparition. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for this guy right now. This has got to be frustrating. It's got to be time for like a lane swap or something. Like he would do so much better against Clockwork.
Oof, they almost get Clinks.
He's just chipped
this
down.
This Jakiro is just destroying, just rolling through him. TB's back, just immediate. But Jakiro is one of the best razzers.
Yeah, he is a pest and a great pusher and an excellent laner. He's so tanky, deals so much damage over time. AD2L is going to rotate into the mid lane, but he's going to get clearly seen by the Observer Ward that has been placed there by new meta. Everybody's kind of at a standoff. Wards will get dropped here in the mid lane, which will prompt a fortify. Oh my god. And then as soon as I leave that lane, because I thought nothing was going to happen there, Snapped manages to kill Erebus. So that happened. This poor Spectre just needs a new lane. He needs it so bad. The Vortex will get plopped down and try to harass Tar backwards, but the Shrapnel and the right-click damage is going to allow him to stay kind of into the lane there. Ziggity's up to level 11. So Maniac, you are new meta. How do you get yourself back into this game?
You gotta protect the Spectre more, even if it means switching lanes, going off lane so you're just against the clock with 3 people, or I don't. You gotta take the Spectre somewhere. You can't leave her here. Well, I mean, you can leave her here now because no one's here. But when there's 3 people, you can.
Yeah, I think that that ship may have passed at least a little bit here. Axe has blink. He blinks onto the Shadow Shaman. I don't know that he meant to necessarily do that, but throws out the call so that he doesn't get stunned. Now Sheepy's just walking in on Erebus. He will get cold feet put on him. Snap's going to throw out a strafe and some searing arrows. The Zeus Bolt will go down, which will allow them to see Snapped long enough to get another right click, but not going to be quite enough.
Shakiro's just not leaving him alone.
Yeah, and at this point, he can honestly mostly just control this lane by himself. He opted to not go a point into his ultimate even. He's just got 3 in both of his harass nukes. Oh, and Erebus sadly walks right into that liquid flame. Oh, and in the back lane, we had a hook shot kill there. I know because that blue dot just appeared out of nowhere, and I switched over right in time to see a dead body dissolve into the ground. So good rotation there from the Clockwork as they're really hammering this Axe 2, who's actually the second most farmed hero on the Radiant team. So they're doing a really good job of pressuring basically all the lanes here. Zeus is going to TP to the top, pick up a little bit of farm off those wards. The tower is deniable, and it does get pinged. And oh my god, another kill here. I just stay permanently on the Spectre as he goes down. And this is going to be an easy tower on the top, tower denied, or in the bottom. An easy tower denied in the top. And at 14 minutes, LSE has a 6K gold lead. Not too shabby.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be if you're new meta.
Axe actually has to blink away to get away from Ziggity, and Ziggity didn't even have his hook shot quite yet.
Klink's getting close to his Deso too, which will start chunking through this AA, the Spectre, Zeus.
Buildings, basically everything. Oh my god. I apologize for my terrible camera work this game so far. I was like, oh, I'll follow the Spectre because he's died a lot. In the mid lane here, Aegis Warren will take a lot of damage from the Zeus, but not going to be able to kill him. Well, maybe. They do get the tower. Zeus wanted to kind of rotate back around here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. He gets a nice bolt onto Tar, who has to force staff himself away, but now the headshot's going to come out, and hey, I got to kill everybody. There goes the Zeus, just like that. And we're going to get another efficiency shrine from LSC, it looks like. In the meantime, Erebus has actually had some time to farm up, and he's got a Vanguard, so he's moving up in the world. Going to be able to hold up at least to some of the right clicks coming out. Now the hook shot into the top lane here onto the Axe. I've caught maybe 2 kills in a row now as the ult will get dropped by Sheepy as well, and dead is the Axe. Now they want to rotate onto Erebus here. Snap's coming in here along with Aegis Warren. Can they get the stun? Oh, look at the range on those shackles just forever. The strafe, the headshot, dead is the Spectre. Great rotations coming out there from LSC as it looks like Axe maybe a little bit frustrated with some doodles on the map there. Pings come out from Tara. He wants to push this tier 2 in the bottom lane. They have a 10K gold lead and 10K experience lead. So look at that symmetry in their leads. 10K for both. Erebus goes into the mid lane here. They might be grouping up. I think they know that they're in the bottom lane. So 4 in the bottom lane, 5 are in the mid. I think they just drop
Ward's bottom lane. That and Liquid Fire. I'm just going to roll through this tower.
And Tara's safely at a distance here, so the ward's going to scout things out. The Blink Call connects on nothing. The Ice Blast also connects on nothing. Now Tara just wants to kite this this guy to death. Ziggity on the back line there is going to pick up the Zeus kill. The Haunt does come in here. Tar's getting kind of low, as is Aegis Warren, but it is going to be all for nothing. The Shackle will not connect with the trees because there was a 4-staff path there. So just perfectly connects through that. Ancient Apparition will die to the hook shot, and Ziggity coming out of nowhere there. Hook shot and a right click will end him. This tower will go down. That's 3 more kills as well. Look at that lead just jump up immediately to 13K. And looks like TPs are going to go into home from Aegis Warren, and Tar could just easily TP or walk his way into the mid lane, and they can just reset and do this again. Arcane Rune is in the bottom lane here. Might be nice for the old Ziggity to have once that comes off cooldown in about 20 seconds.
They do have really good wave clear though, so if they do get pinned into their base, they do have a lot to clear that. But I think Sniper will still be able to sit back and attack towers.
Yeah, and even the problem like with their lineup is if they hold is that Spectre doesn't have good wave clear. And so if they have to sit in base and wave clear, Spectre is effectively going to be useless. He's not going to do anything. Oh, they do have...
Just attack.
Oh, there's a sentry up there. I was like, where did he see him? Okay, it's a sentry up on that top hill there. Axe does get a pretty decent call onto Tar and to Sheepy. The Bolt will come out as well as the Zeus ult too, but not going to be able to kill anything. The headshot's going to come out onto the Zeus. Now he's going to get cogs into there with the Blade Mail. He wanted to get one more Bolt in there. The Ice Blast not going to connect. Shackles onto the Wind Ranger now. She takes 1 hit, 2 hit, and then a Lightning Bolt for her trouble. So 3 more down there. And Snap's kind of looking for a little bit more. He doesn't know that Erebus is sitting in this this camp down here. He's going to find out shortly. The wards are going to get dropped onto the tower. A couple Searing Arrows going to go the way of the Spectre. Fortify is going to come out here. Snaps does eat one of the creeps with that Death Pact, and now he's just going to walk up, strafe this ult to death, or this tower to death. And that's 2 tier 2 towers down and a 15K gold lead for LSC. This lineup has just snowballed out of control. This is what New Meta wanted to do in the last game. They just weren't. They got pressured into it and weren't able to do it. Oh, now Erebus, he's going to pop the shrine, but he's in some trouble here. He gets caught in the cogs. So Shackle's going to connect as well. Ice Blast will connect onto 2 heroes, but it doesn't matter. The headshot was on the way as well. Erebus dies once more. They're pinging. They want to try to chase after this here. The blink is available. He blinks forward, but not close enough to get any kind of call. And again, we're going to have an efficiency shrine as 3 heroes from LSC going to manage to jump in there. And then they're just going to reset and do it all again in the top lane here.
I think New Meta may be having their window completely closed.
They're definitely going to need the fight to end all fights here very shortly. A scouting ult from the Zeus probably not going to help matters. Like, probably just safer to use a scan there because this is the most obvious place for them to be going. Ice Blast is going to come out. It will connect with just Tar with the burst damage. Doesn't matter. The tower is down just like that. As Yule's is going to come out here. Ice Path as well. Aegis Warren is here. Maybe a little bit of overkill for the Zeus. Just a tad. But he will explode. Good news is that it's early in the game and cooldown timers are pretty short. The bad news is that they have a lot of vision between creeps and rocket flare. Sniper's going to be able to sit in the back. They have wards down. They have liquid fire going into this tower. A Haunt will come out to push the LSC heroes backwards, at least for the moment. They are going to farm up these wards, which is going to be good gold going the way of New Meta. And they desperately need it as the lead is now 17K for LSC. And between Rocket Flare and Shrapnel, they're just going to have perfect vision for this Sniper to sit back there and do what he wants. He will get caught by the call, and another Ice Blast is going to come out. A Hex into a Cog into a Shackle are actually going to connect with the Axe, and he goes down. So a pretty great use of all skills there. They end up killing the Axe. Tar does not die. They can continue to siege this tier 3.
Spectre's just sitting in the jungle farming. No TP or anything. Just farming.
I think there's...
they may have
hook
given
shot
up.
coming in here. And that's dead Ancient Apparition. The Yule's now onto the Wind Ranger. Ice Path is going to go down as well as the ultimate here.
Ooh,
a ton of damage coming
this is
out
what
of the
they
Wind
need.
Ranger. But another kill goes the way. Tar does die to the Wind Ranger here. So 3 dead for LSC. They do get the tower and a number of kills as well. But 3 have died. And they will have to scurry back for home. That is the first tower, though, which is a huge win for LSC. Oh, my goodness. Look at that golden experience change just for, like, that 3-for-1 that doesn't even count. It doesn't count the other stuff, so it wasn't a huge win, but it was a win for a new meta. But that does open up Shrines to Death now. Erebus is just desperate for any kind of damage. Knows that he doesn't have time to farm up the Radiance, and so he's just going to go for Blade Mail. Does pick up a TP, so he does have one now. This Wind Ranger has queued up the rest of the components for Hurricane Pike. Oh, and Ziggity is actually not going to go for the Aghanims at all, so he bought a pipe and has Lotus Orb queued up next. So going full out utility Clockwork. Doesn't want to have a hook shot every 8 seconds, which is like the most fun ever. But
it is a lot of fun.
Ping's coming out on Aegis Warren and then onto other things, but Ziggity's going to hook shot in onto the Wind Ranger, who force-staffs her way through the cogs. Going to get Yulesed up and Ice Path for her trouble. Ice Blast is on the way. It doesn't matter, though. The headshot will end her life, and that is a core down for 54 seconds. She does not have buyback, and I don't even think she's even close to it. No, she's not, because she bought the Ogre Club and the Band of Elven Skin there, trying to finish up that Hurricane Pike. Left her too poor for the buyback. Tar is just doing all kinds of damage up the hill. He manages to kill the Ancient Apparition. Now headshot onto the Zeus. The call did not catch him. A double kill for Tar. Up in the air goes this axe, and this could be all she wrote, as he's going to go down as well. Wards come down. Buyback from the Zeus. Only hero that has buyback available for the Radiant.
Clinks is just gonna go to town on bottom too.
Yep, that's an easy top racks. Clinks in the bottom lane here. Erebus kind of wants to go for him because the 1 hero versus the 4, probably a little bit easier to deal with. But look at how much damage he did to that tower just in a couple strafe hits. In the meantime, the Yule's Ice Path going to go down onto the Zeus, who just bought back. So that'll be a dieback for him. Erebus does pick up a kill onto the Chikiro, haunts around a bunch of times just because he can, and then walks back into the base. Now a hook shot onto 2 heroes. Ziggity catches both. Doesn't throw cogs down, but he's going to battery salts instead. The headshot coming in on Erebus, and he is down. That is 4 heroes down. Erebus does have buyback, but what can he do? He's so underfarmed at this point, and nobody else really available to help him defend. They're going to try to hold on, at least for the moment. Let's see if Axe can get a good call in here. He jumps in onto Tar, but now gets hexed up right away. This is the opportunity for the buyback, but I don't know that he's even going to try it here. He doesn't have a haunt. Should have a teleport scroll. He does, but they're just going to give up this Rax, and LSC is going to move towards the mid lane. So support's going to TP back to the base for LSC. Core is probably going to turn their attention on some of these shrines. Ziggity going to pick up a little bit of extra farm here while he waits for the supports to come back. Okay, I was like, it does not feel like this Clinks has 11,000 gold in farm, but just hadn't had the Orchid delivered yet. So that is going to be yet another way to tear through some of these new meta heroes. Sheepy just being a pest here. Yule's up the axe, throws out the Ice Path, throws out the Macropyre. Ice Blast will not connect with anything. The Zeus ultimate, not really effective in any sense of the word. Snap does know that there's a sentry in that bottom lane now because the creeps aggroed to him. The Shrine in the top lane getting gone on. The Shrine in the bottom lane already been gone on. The map has basically closed itself up from new meta, which is going to open up this Roche attempt here. Clinks is just kind of hovering outside of the base, scouting things out, going to be able to break any kind of smoke. This is going to be an easy Roshan, the first of the game actually, which is this series a little bit abnormal. It is taking so long. Ice Blast will connect onto 4 heroes, but again, not really going to matter the whole lot here as the pipe does come out from Ziggity. And they're just going to chunk this down. It's going to be a free life here for Tar. Okay. I was like, maybe not for Tar. And then they all ran away from it. He has enough gold for the Maelstrom, or for the Mjolnir now. And there it is. So SNY, Mjolnir, Hurricane Pike. It's time for the final battle. The last grandstand of new meta. They're going to need
find Spectre out too.
Some heroics.
They didn't quite see Spectre.
Ooh. But does he does have a TP. He also has Haunt. The wards go down, providing lots of vision alongside of that shrapnel. And Tar is just chunking this thing down. Those wards, this Tar, it is just dying. And the last tower, the last tier 3 tower has fallen. Zeus gets hookshot and dies by the Ziggity. He's out for 50 seconds. The Ancient Apparition's now out for 34. Snapped comes from the side there. Axe goes down to the Macro Pyre, and that is all she wrote.
That's about all she wrote.
This is Mega Creeps for sure. There's almost no way that the Wind Ranger is going to be able to... Oh, and now Erebus has actually been caught by the shackles. He is going to not go down. They actually didn't... Okay, there's the last attack that will kill him. He's out for 50 seconds, so it's Windrunner and Ancient Apparition against the World. I think the World will win as LSC looks to be headed towards the grand finale once more. I believe that they are already 3-time winners of this league, so seeing them go back to the championship, not a huge surprise, but they had to fight for this series.
Yeah, these were really close games. Like, it could have gone either way in any of them.
This one seems really one-sided, but I think that if they would have just rotated the Spectre out of that lane earlier, I think that the new meta definitely could have made this much closer. Last game was incredibly close, incredibly close. And game 1 they looked really good in, so don't be fooled by the kill score in this last game. I think this was overall a very competitive series. But congratulations, definitely due here to LSC as they take the series, or at least try to here. Tar is a very, very low. Spectre is going to go in on him. The Aegis, okay, the Aegis still will go down. Blade Mail popped. Ziggity's going to sit there with the battery salt on top of him, and now Tar is just going to kind of wait for that, and we'll pick up that kill. And that will be the last note of this game. So, Maniac, final thoughts on the series?
It was really good series, really close, but LSC pulled it out.
All right, so we will be back, ladies and gents, for the finale itself. I believe that is next week, and we'll start at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to give Mountain Time first because that's where we are. So the East Coasters can suck it. But please still watch us, follow us. We are all about Dota. I'm going to play the bumper one more time, and then we are out for the night. So thanks for watching. I'm Legion 170. He's Maniac. See you guys next week.